Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network for game number 2 here at the Thunderdome between the visiting Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and your Concordia Chicago Cougars. Leading this game off for the Scarlet Hawks is Fryer. Fryer, he really was being a little bit of a pester to the Cougars in game 1, and he's looking to continue that here today. But Dylan Scott, he's getting the start on the bump for the Cougars in game 2 and delivers first pitch as ball 1. Really, really similar lineup for the Cougars here. Only changes is Scott starting on the mound for the Cougars. And behind home plate, you've got Dom Owens replacing Brandon Mahler. Brandon Mahler sliding into that DH spot here today, but taking a look at that infield going left to right, you got Connor Jerkadis, Richie Sperando, Jake Mahler, and Jack Linko, and then going left to right in the outfield, you've got Brendan Holloway, Cam Buckley, and Xavier Zagerman. As this one delivered in the dirt for ball 2 to Jack Fryer.
Yeah, starting pitcher Dylan Scott, Jr. out of Bartlett, Illinois. Not had the season that he's particularly wanted with a ERA in the upper 9s, but one of the problems with him, he walks more hitters than he strikes out. So key to the game for me for Scott is limit the walks, pitch to contact. Not the start you want here for Scott. A little announcer's jinx there, but yeah, we'll see what Scott has in store for us today.
Yeah, you mentioned it, a little bit of a broadcaster's jinx as Fryer wore that one off his shoulder. So first base runner on for the Scarlet Hawks, and Scott now pitching to Quentin Rappel. Rappel, he picked up his first collegiate home run in game number 1, part of that big rally. It was a high-scoring game 1. If you missed it, it was a back-and-forth battle between these two teams. The Cougars walking away with a 13-12 win, but it was nobody's game until it ended. As Rappel sits with the 2-0 count now. Scott checking over on Fryer at first.
Yeah, Scott already behind 2-0 here. Try to get himself back in the count.
As this one is delivered in there for strike number 1. Second strike of the day for Scott. Two-one count here. Dylan Scott, he's been a key arm for the Cougars both this season and last. He's struggled a little bit this season, as we already talked about, but last year he really was a standout pitcher for this Cougar squad, getting a start nice and early in his career.
Yeah, so we know Scott. We know he could pitch well, like we've been talking about. Not the year that he's wanted so far, but he has the opportunity to turn it around right now. We talked about in the first game with all these weird weather delays and all that, and all these games in a row. Like, it's time for some of these pitchers in maybe the lower part of the staff to really step up. They're going to get their opportunities, and let's see what Dylan Scott has got today. Not the start he's wanted either, but got this back in this count right here.
As this one's going to be put into contact, it's going to take a weird bounce in the dirt right off of Jerkadis, get all the way into left field. And that's going to hold Rappel at first. Fryer making his way all the way to third. And that's going to bring Ryan Fostiak up to the plate.
Yeah, well, it really just feels like we resumed game 2 here.
The center fielder.
First and third, no one out already.
6, Ryan
Threat for
Fostiak.
IIT to get on the board first. Hit by pitch and error. We had plenty of those in the first game, didn't we?
Absolutely. Fostiak 0 for 5 in game 1. Really struggled to get going here, and he's going to let that first pitch go by for strike 1. No outs on the board, and the Scarlet Hawks have a runner 90 feet from scoring. As this one's going to be put high into the sky, into space. Zagerman's going to let it bounce in front of him, and that's going to allow Fryer to score. And the Scarlet Hawks strike first in game number 2.
Yeah, there's a lot of open space there. Center fielder shifted over to the left. Just found a spot. 1-0 Illinois Tech.
So the first hit of the day for Fostiak is going to bring up Philip Benz. No outs on the board. Runners on first and second.
Well, you can imagine Philip Benz has a better chance of getting a base hit because he's not facing off against Kyle Conley. 4 for 6. Whoa. A little up and in there. 4 for 6 in his last game. In the game, the first game of the doubleheader. Swinging a hot bat right now.
As that one got away from Scott a little bit, over the head of Benz. So the 1-0 misses outside, turns 2-0.
Yeah, it's just the same problems that we saw in the first game from this Cougar pitching staff, just getting behind in counts. Like, that first pitch strike is so important. Because once you go down 1-0, you have the pressure of going down 2-0.
Scott taking a long look at Rappel at second. Delivers this one low and inside for ball 3. 1 away from the second walk of this inning. Scott trying to work his way back in here. Ben's showing bunt. And that one misses outside, 4-pitch walk. Not where you want to be in this immediate moment. But again, game 1, it was a rally. And these two teams, they're just picking up exactly where they left off. And a bases loaded, no outs, 1 run already scored, and Tyler Gutsfeld here at the plate now.
Yeah, and you know this Cougar offense can score. So you're okay with trading it out for a run here. You just need to get that first out, get the confidence back. And a first pitch strike right here.
As that is connected and juiced into right field. That is trouble, and trouble indeed, as that is a grand slam for Tyler Gutsfeld right next to the scoreboard. And quickly, the Scarlet Hawks have taken a 5-0 lead.
All right, I'm just going to not talk the rest of the game.
A little bit of a broadcaster's jinx back-to-back here, but oh my goodness.
That was a great swing there.
The contact that was made on that was just undeniable. You saw Zagerman out in right field. He was kind of tracking it, and he gave up eventually halfway to the fence because he just saw that ball was headed for the scoreboard. So the hardest part now when you're Dylan Scott is recovering from this. You're down 5-0 in the start of this game. No outs on the board. You give up a grand slam, but you can't quit, and you can't give up here. And he delivers that one fast and in off the handle of Logan Inman.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a little bit different of an approach in the second game. Tyler Gutsfeld just first pitch swinging against a Dylan Scott who's struggling to find the zone, and aggressive here from Tech to start this game. And obviously it shows 5-0. You cannot possibly get a better start.
As Inman's going to wear that one off the numbers, and quickly the Scarlet Hawks have control of this game. So Dom Owens, he's taking a second to kind of come out and slow things down. The biggest and most heartbreaking challenge that you can have as a pitcher is getting in your own head this early in the game. And that's exactly what Owens is seeing and what he's trying to prevent here. And let Scott know, hey, this is the start of the game that anybody can score 5 runs. That's easy money. We got to stay in it. We got to stay locked in.
Another thing for Scott that's so tough on a pitcher, like giving up 5 runs, obviously no outs yet, and you kind of know that you already know you're not going to get the outing that you want, but you have to recover and just salvage everything you just gave up. And it would be really gutsy if you can go out here and put up a 0 after this 5 and make himself put himself in a position to salvage the start a little bit.
So some early movement in the Cougar bullpen. Coach Smith is letting Scott ride through this, but it gets to a point where you can't let this get too far out of control.
Yeah.
The 1-0 in the dirt. Owens keeping it in front of him, but it gives plenty of time for Inman to go. The throw down, not in time, just a little bit high. I'm surprised that Owens even went for the throw down there, just given the fact that Inman was already halfway to the bag. But chasing out number 1, we talked about it in game 1, that any help that a pitcher can get from his catcher is key.
Yeah, especially in a situation like this where you just Dylan Scott needs to get just the first out of the game to really get settled.
2-1 count here for Matthew Riley. As Scott delivers this one, Riley shows bump, pulls back, lets it go for ball number 3. 3-1 count. I think this might be the warmest day that we've had here at the Thunderdome this season. Officially hitting 80 degrees here. Some clouds in the sky and a slight breeze, but it is a toasty one here as Scott works his way into this count, a full count here. He delivers. This one's going to be chopped foul. Jerkadis keeping it in the infield here, just bouncing off of his glove. So the 3-2, yet again, runner on second, no outs. Scott taking a long look at Inman. He delivers. Swing and a miss, strike three. Much needed for Dylan Scott. And that right there is exactly what you need to shift the momentum.
Yeah, that's big right there. It's big right there. First out of the inning, first out of the game for the Cougars. Not in the spot you want, getting your first out of the game, but you know that Cougars offense can strike, and wouldn't be surprised if they can put up a 5 spot of their own after this, but just get through the rest of this. Get through the rest of the next 2 hitters.
Kendall Miyasato at the plate here. He lets that one go by for strike one. Miyasato, he was a bit of a pester for the Cougars in game 1 as well. He had some competitive at-bats, took 3 walks to start the game, and then he found his way on base in some interesting ways that just caused chaos for the Cougars. And here he lets that close pitch go by for ball 1, looking to continue to cause some chaos.
Illinois Tech, a team that loves to run, and Miyasato is no exception to that.
This one up and away for ball 2. Dylan Scott looking to get things going here. His last outing on April 8th against Aurora only pitched 1 2/3 innings as the throw down to third in plenty of time. They don't get him. Oh, my goodness. I believe the field ump might have slipped in the process. Head coach of the Cougars, Matt Smith, rightfully so, not happy. Just a really tough call to make there. The throw, it was a little bit high, so Jerkadis had to drop down, but from where we're sitting up here in the press box, it looked good.
I mean, the throw definitely beat him. There's no doubt. But did he get the tag down? Did Jerkadis, third baseman Jerkadis, get the tag down?
So the field ump and the home plate ump, they're going to confer again. We've seen these two umpires having plenty of conversations here today, making sure they get the right calls and just trying to make sure that everybody is heard out, and they're going to leave him safe on the base paths. A really, really tough stolen base there. Field ump in game number 2, Ben Gray. Home plate ump, Michael Dermis. And Scott trying to minimize some damage here as that's going to catch in there for strike number 3. So the first strikeout for Miyasato. And that puts out number 2 on the board again, especially after a arguably controversial call there on the base paths. Picking up that strikeout is exactly what you're looking for.
A little bit of a delayed call there from the umpire, but strike 3 still.
So that is going to bring up Joshua Minami. We saw him coming in towards the end of game 1 and now remaining in this lineup for the Scarlet Hawks.
Yeah, Minami only 3 at-bats on the season. Definitely a threat on the base paths.
As he swings through that one for strike number 1. One and one count, 2 outs here. Runner 90 feet from scoring. This one well outside for ball 2. As Seeing at least a couple arms getting warm in the bullpen for the Cougars. Scott delivers this one, fouled off. 2-2 count here, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Scott getting set here, he delivers. Up and in for ball 3. That's going to fill this count up. Scott really brushing Minami off the plate. The 3-2. Connected on, skied high into shallow center field. Buckley coming up and underneath it and successfully able to glove it for the out. So it gets the Cougars out of the inning, but the Scarlet Hawks have something to hang their hat on, tacking on 5 runs on 3 hits, and they are in a favorable spot as we head to the bottom of the first. Cougar batting order the exact same as it was in game 1, and the starting lineup here in the field for the Scarlet Hawks looking fairly similar. Seeing a new arm on the mound for the Scarlet Hawks here in game number 2, number 37, Cullen Fulling. And then taking a look at the rest of that field, behind home plate, Phillip Benz going left to right across the infield, Quentin Rappel, Jack Fryer, Kendall Miyasato, and Logan Inman, and then going left to right across the outfield. I think that only change coming with Joshua Minami coming in at left field in place of Luke Yakin, and then you've got Ryan Fostiak and Matthew Riley finishing out that outfield for the Scarlet Hawks. So they've got themselves in a favorable position here. In game 1, the Cougars, they were able to take that early lead. They held the Scarlet Hawks scoreless in game 1, in inning 1, of game 1, and then they were able to strike first. But here, the Scarlet Hawks, they jumped out to that early lead.
Yeah, and this Cougars offense, it's almost a given that they'll most likely, I don't want to jinx anything again, but most likely get at least 5 runs. So you want to just chip away at this deficit, this 5-0 deficit. And it starts with Cam Buckley. Cam Buckley, not a great game in game 1, but he's had a terrific season. Starts with Buckley getting on base, stealing a base. Holloway had a great game in the first game as well, and we know too well about the Mahler brothers.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Cam Buckley, an unusual game number 1 for him. 1 for 6 at the plate. He had 1 run of his own. Was left on base twice, and he picked up 1 stolen base in that mix of it all, but really just needing him to start things off aggressively, but doing so with Cullen Fulling on the mound for the Scarlet Hawks. He is making his 10th appearance on the season, but this is his first start this year. So looking to take advantage of that. Cullen, 5.28 ERA on the season, and he gets Buckley swinging with some aggression on that first pitch he sees.
Yeah, Buckley really aggressive early in counts. Always eager to get on base.
Buckley, yeah, he really likes to take those first pitch swings. And now following that one off, sits in the 0-2 with just 2 pitches thrown.
Yeah, Buckley really aggressive early in counts, but surprisingly he leads the team in walks. It's part of the reason why his on base percentage is at 490, which leads the team.
0-2 count here for Buckley. The delivery put into play. Slow roller over, and Fulling does get there in time. So great hustle effort there from Fulling. Puts out number 1 on the board and hands things over to Brendan Holloway. You mentioned it, Sam. Holloway, he had a really strong game number 1. 3 for 4 at the plate. He had a single and a double in his first 2 at-bats, and then he found his way on base off of a walk, a hit by pitch, and then picked up another hit. So he's really coming off of a really good game 1.
Really finding the groove here.
As he sends the first pitch, he sees right up the middle, continuing exactly where he was rounding and looking aggressive on the base pass, looking to take 2, but he's going to be held up at 1, and that's going to put Jake Mahler now at the plate. 1 away and a runner on.
I wouldn't be surprised if Holloway's in motion here. Not a lot of steals on the season, but he is perfect 6 for 6 this year. Stole a bag last game.
Jake Mahler, 2 for 4 at the plate in game 1. 4 RBIs, 3 runs of his own. He was walked twice, but he was responsible for that big-time home run that really got things rolling for the Cougars late in the game. And just looking to stay aggressive here. He lets that first pitch go by for ball 1. Fulling gets set here, delivers. This one clips that outside corner of the zone for strike 1. It'll be interesting to see what the strike zone's looking like here in game 2. We saw in game 1 on both sides, the pitchers were really looking for those low balls, and we're not getting calls on either side. As Mahler's going to drop that one just in foul territory. They're calling that a foul ball. Holloway was already at third before it was definitively decided. That is a really close call.
Yeah, I thought that was fair off the bat, but it kept on curving left, and Holloway was flying, absolutely flying.
Fortunate for the Scarlet Hawks that it was foul because, again, Mahler was halfway to second before that was definitively called. Holloway was already at third, probably looking to head his way home.
That was definitely scoring Holloway.
So the 1-2 count now for Mahler. Pitch clock winding down, and he's going to sky this one high and deep into center field. Fostiak underneath it, fighting the sun, but collects it for the out. Holloway's going to stay planted at first, and that's going to hand things over to Brandon Mahler. So 2 outs on the board, a runner on base, and Brandon Mahler, he was 2 for 5 in game number 1, an RBI, 2 runs of his own, and it feels crazy to say that that's a quiet game for him.
Yeah.
So he's due up for some big things here in game 2. He's going to let that first pitch go by for strike 1. Fulling, only 9 pitches thrown so far here, already collected 2 outs. As he delivers this one well outside, it's going to get past Benz. The throw, not in time. Took a very generous bounce for Phillip Benz. And he was able to
just landed right in Benz's lap. And Holloway barely got in there. He had to get a head first slide there.
I think sometimes as a base runner, you see a wild pitch going past, and you kind of take it for ease.
Yeah.
As they're gonna walk Brandon Mahler and put Zagerman now at the plate. Very interesting choice there from the Scarlet Hawks, but as we were saying, Sam, Brandon Mahler's due for something big, so Scarlet Hawks must have that same mindset and don't want to take any chances here.
Yeah, it was a great time for Xavier Zagerman. Take that as disrespect.
Absolutely. As the first pitch to him curves in for strike number 1.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been called a strike in the first game, so obviously already seeing the difference in officiating today.
It's the fun of college baseball, playing these doubleheaders and having those field and home plate umps just switching. As that one, I thought that it might have clipped Zagerman, but
I thought it either hit his bat or hit him.
Yeah, but if it hit his bat, the base runner shouldn't advance. So
ball.
Apparently hit neither.
Yeah.
So it's just going to get past and move Mahler and Holloway up to second and third. So the 1-1 count here, 2 runners in scoring position. Fulling delivers this one. Clips that zone yet again. Again, that's a little bit of the difference that we were just talking about. That pitch, we saw on both sides really making that push for those low and away pitches and was not getting those calls. And we're seeing that here today in game 2. So something to be mindful of is that one well upstairs and in. Fulling, when he's thrown in the zone, he's finding those edges, but then when he's off, he's missing.
Yeah, I was about to say, Fulling kind of all over the place, but when they're strikes, he's painting, and when they're balls, they're almost killing.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Yeah. That one in there for strike 3. Again, a very similar spot. Pitch. So just getting out of the inning and handing things over, and that's going to bring a new arm onto the mound for the Cougars. We're going to have information on the new arm when we come back. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, new arm on the bump for the Cougars is the NAC Pitcher of the Week, Jack Carroll. Carroll coming in relief of Dylan Scott, who struggled really early on here. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 5 runs allowed, 2 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches, and 35 total pitches thrown. So just an unusual outing for Dylan Scott, and he hands things over to Jack Carroll, who's looking to clean things up a little bit, but sits with the 2-0 count here to Fryer. Carroll, we've seen him become a starter this season for the Cougars and really coming to life. So coming in from the bullpen, just not his usual groove that we've seen him in so far this season. As the 3-0 count here, not in his favor. As that one right down the barrel for strike 1. Carroll, his last outing came on April 6th against Benedictine. That was a career outing for him. 8 innings pitched. He collected 10 strikeouts, only 29 batters faced, and that's the outing that earned him NAC Pitcher of the Week. As he's worked himself back into this count with that strike and a foul tip here. 3-2 for Jack Fryer.
Yeah, really just been playing really good ball recently. Trying to just salvage the damage. We know the Cougar offense can light it up. Big 3-2 here. See if we can come back down 3-0.
And that one missing outside. So Carroll working his way back into it, but can't quite finish it out. So that's going to put one runner on and Quentin Rappel at the plate.
Third baseman, number 14, Quentin Rappel.
1 for 1 at the plate here in game number 2. as that one fouled off, catching Owens in the mask a little bit. A little bit of a breeze still blowing here at the Thunderdome. As Carroll's checking over on Fryer. The ball getting away.
Whoa.
Linko tying things up a little bit. Linko just kind of diving for that ball and ends up with a collision between Jack Linko and Jack Fryer. And Fryer's going to take a second. Linko's going to take a second. Head coach of the Scarlet Hawks, Ed Ziefert, coming out to check on Fryer, and assistant coach Connor Nelson checking on Linko. Continuing to be just a strange day here at the Thunderdome. We saw a lot of collisions, hard hit balls directly back at the pitcher, and just some other interesting things that just made for an unconventional ball game. As the 0-1 turns 0-2 with that foul ball.
Yeah, really nothing going right here for the Cougars and for the start of this game.
The 0-2 from Carroll in the dirt for ball one.
Got yourself in a pitcher's count here. Haven't seen many of those today, but
Carroll delivers. This one's going to be reached and swung on, dropping into shallow right field. Fryer, he rounds to head home, but is going to be held up. The throw coming in. It would have been a close one at the plate.
yeah, Zeigerman's got a nice arm out there. We saw it in the first game, holding the runner off at third.
And that's going to bring Fostiak to the plate now.
Yeah, then again, just getting that. It's about getting that first out of the inning. Just get the first out of the way. Get that confidence up.
That one missing for ball one. 1-0 count here. Runners on the corner bags. No outs. Carroll delivers. That one's going to be fouled straight back. Makes it a 1-1. One and one from Carroll. Swung on and missed for strike number two.
That's a really nice pitch. Hitting that outside corner.
Carroll ahead in this count. Looking to catch the runners lacking yet again. Carroll, left-handed pitcher, having a nice line of sight over at first base. Checking on Rappel yet again. One, two, no outs, runners on the corner bags. Carroll gets set here. He delivers. Just on the outside edge for ball number two.
Yeah, competitive pitch there from Carroll. Looking for his first punchy of the game.
Looking to get Fostiak chasing there. We saw him reaching a little bit on his last foul attempt. So just trying to catch those outside corners, get him reaching, make them play, as that one on the inside corner here fouled off.
Yeah, Fostiak seen the ball pretty well here in this at-bat, fouling off a few pitches. Looks like he hasn't gotten the one that he's wanted. See what Carroll goes with here.
The 2-2. Off speed, fouled off yet again.
Yeah. Yeah, Fostiak really just protecting here pretty well. He is locked in this at-bat.
The 2-2 yet again here from Carroll. Fouled off. Catching Fostiak, chasing on that outside edge, catching it on the tip of his bat, just on the corner of the plate there. And Fostiak, he's playing aggressive here.
Yeah, Fostiak really just waiting for Jack Carroll to make that mistake over the zone.
Carroll delivers. This one's going to be skied high into foul territory. Linko underneath it. Rappel, he took a jump, but was able to make it back in time. So that's going to hold the runners on the corner. Bags put out number 1 on the board, and Philip Bentz now at the plate.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff there from Jack Carroll. Seems like all of his stuff was getting fouled off. Fostiak just staying in that at bat, and it comes to a point where if they keep on falling off your best stuff, you might lose it a little bit mentally, but stayed in it, forced the pop fly. There you go, first out of the inning.
Still looking for that outside corner. That's exactly where he sent that pitch, just a little low and on the outside corner. Fostiak chasing for it and popped it up and underneath, and a really, really competitive at-bat there from Jack Carroll. As he looks to deliver the first pitch to Benz. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, Bentz, like I said, 4 for 6 in game 1. Got that batting average well over 400 at this point. And then on deck, you got Gutsfeld, who hit the grand slam. Yeah, you're really going to need your best stuff here from Jack Carroll. You want to get out of this inning unscathed.
Ben's showing bunt and then pulling back, and that pitch just up and away for ball number 1. This one missing for ball 2.
Yeah, that was close.
Just up and out. Carroll behind now in the count, 2-1. Runners on the corner bags. He delivers. This one well inside for ball 3. No movement in the Cougar bullpen right now. With Carroll being a key starter for the Cougars, you can expect him to kind of go the long haul here as long as he can and just really try to work out, as that one is in there for strike 2.
Yeah.
Bentz, he tried to check his swing but took it for the strike nonetheless.
Yeah, Bentz looking aggressive on that 3-1. Couldn't hold back.
This one upstairs, ball 4. That is going to load the bases up for Tyler Gutsfeld. A dangerous spot to be in here.
Well, we've seen this before today. Tyler Gutsfeld with the bases loaded. This time it's a lefty-lefty matchup.
So Dom Owens going out to have a word with his pitcher here. Just trying to resettle some things, calm things down. 1 out on the board, bases loaded. It does create a force at home. We've seen the Cougars play aggressive in game 1 and prevent those runs from scoring. And just looking to get some things rolling here.
Designated hitter number 5, Tyler Gutsfeld.
So Carroll settling in here. Bases loaded. First pitch to Gutsfeld. Swung on and missed for strike 1.
That's a nice pitch there. A little difficult for the lefty Gutsfeld to read that. It's a great first pitch there.
You know, we talked about it in game 1, but the CUC pitching staff, not a lot of lefties.
No.
And Jack Carroll, one of the few left-handed pitchers, and Gutsfeld, the only lefty in the batting order here for the Scarlet Hawks. So facing these lefty-on-lefty matchups, it's very strategic from head coach Matt Smith, and it's really putting Gutsfeld to work. The 1-1 count here, sinking too low for ball 2. Carroll getting set here. Pitch clock under 10. He delivers in the dirt for ball 3.
Yeah, it's 3 straight in the dirt there for Carroll. Time to try something new. Got to find one over the zone. Nowhere to put Gutsfeld. You don't want to leave him a mistake. We saw what happened in the first inning, but don't want to walk either.
The 3-1 from Carroll. Clips that outside corner for strike number 2.
That's a nice pitch.
Much needed strike there from Carroll. The payoff pitch. Connected on, lifted into center field. Buckley's able to get underneath it. The tag up is going to score Fryer, but it's going to hold the rest of the base runners. So a sac fly for Gutsfeld makes this a 6-0 advantage for the Scarlet Hawks.
Yeah, and you really needed that if you're Jack Carroll. If you need another out on the board, first and second now. You'll trade it out. You'll trade an out for a run. You don't
As Inman fouls that one off right away.
You don't want another 3-spot, 4-spot. You want to be able to. If you give up one here, it's only 6-0. We know the CUC can come back from 6-0, 9-0. A little bit different story, but.
And that's been the name of the game here today. It's been offense. We said it so many times in game 1 that it is a hitter's day here at the Thunderdome. As we've seen the Scarlet Hawks already jump out to a 6-0 lead, but the Cougars, they were not shy behind their bats in game 1.
No.
It was a high-scoring game, and it was everybody's game. Even the guys that weren't hitting well were picking up hits and getting things done.
Yeah, and IIT last in the conference in home runs. I was expecting at least a few home runs from CUC today because they lead the NAC in home runs, and IIT gives up a lot of home runs, but a lot of power here today from IIT, who's more known for getting on base and running the bases, being fast on the bases, stealing bases. So sneaky power today from IIT.
Sneaky power, that is the way to put it, Sam, as Carroll delivers the 1-2. In there for strike number 3. Jack Carroll getting the Cougars out of the inning. A much-needed out there for CUC, and that's going to hand things over to the Cougar hitters, needing to get things rolling. Owens, Linko, and Jerkadis due up when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, CUC trailing 6-0 here in the bottom of the second, and Dom Owens, the man at the plate, looking to get things rolling. Cullen Fulling is still dishing on the bump for the Scarlet Hawks, and he delivers strike number 1. The Cougars, they've came out flat to start this game and have had trouble recovering since. But with a slight breeze at the Thunderdome, anything is possible as Owens fouls that one back and now sits in the 0-2 count.
Yeah, Owens getting that start at catcher today. Finds himself down 0-2. Yeah, good day for Owens in that DH spot in the first game. 3 for 4, couple RBIs. See if he can dig himself out of this hole.
As he swings through that one for strike number 3, hands things over to Jack Linko. Cougars fighting a little bit of fatigue. This is their 3rd consecutive day of games. They played a single game against Marion on Sunday. They had a single game against North Park yesterday. And now they're here in game number 2 today. So it's a lot of baseball in not a lot of time. And you wonder if you're seeing some of that fatigue catching up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the Cougs here, you want to chip away, but you wonder, like, how much energy do they even have to, like, start like, multiple rallies? Because you're going to have to start a lot of rallies if you want to come back in a game like this. And thank goodness you won that first game. Really tight game. Really gutsy win from the Cougars in the first game, but
Linko now sits with the 0-2 count here. The delivery connected on set right back up the middle, and that's going to get down in grass for a 1-out single for Jack Linko, handing things over to Connor Jerkadis. One guy at a time, the mentality that we've heard from the Cougars so far this season, and that's exactly what that was. Nothing big, nothing flashy, nothing special, just a base hit to put somebody on and give the Cougars a chance here.
yeah, you just need to chip away. You're not going to get it all back in one swing, so just you need a base runner at a time here.
As Jerkadis swings at the first pitch he sees, sends it to the Cougar bullpen. Oh, 0-1 counts here. This one inside catches the handle of Jerkadis' bat. Now he's behind 0-2. Fulling gets set here. Pitch clock winding down. He delivers this one well outside for ball 1. Prior to game 1 today, the Scarlet Hawks, they were on a 4-game win streak. They picked up conference sweeps against Wisconsin Lutheran and St. Norbert. So just really, they've been an offensive team. We talked about it in game 1. They put up some runs, but Jerkadis skies this one. Trouble. It's going to get down in right field, right in front of Riley Linko. He's planted on first. A really, really tough ball to track down. And that's going to put 2 on for Richie Sperando.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll take it if you're the Cougs here.
Just a high flyer into shallow right field. And the sun probably playing a little bit of a factor here as the sun starts to set here in River Forest. It can create an issue for the fielders. So that paired with just the placing, Riley was close but just couldn't get a glove there. That's going to be lined over, the chance to turn 2, and thankfully Miyasato not able to get the throw off. But
Miyasato, he could have had first there.
Absolutely.
He could have had the force out of first. He only looked over at second. Cougars might need to consider themselves a little bit lucky there, but I mean, decently hit ball there. But Buckley, not his day so far, has a chance to turn it around. And like I just been saying, chip away. Need a base hit here. Just get yourselves on the board here. Break that love.
2 outs, runners on first and second. First pitch to Buckley well inside for ball 1. Fulling nearing 30 pitches here today. That one up and away. Buckley ahead in the count. This one right in there for strike one. An unusual no swing from Buckley. Normally those pitches are his bread and butter. He's looking to take a hack at that one. But lets it slide by. Sits with the 2-1 count now.
Yeah, maybe Buckley just trying to be a little bit more patient up there.
This one fouled off. And now we've got twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. 2 runners on in the bottom of the second. A lot of twos.
Buckley with the opportunity here to drive 2 in. Cut the lead to 2 times 2.
As this one connected on, and that's going to get down in right center, taking a bounce over the head of Fostiak. One's going to score. Jerkade is coming in. Buckley going all the way to third. A stand-up triple, and Cam Buckley almost took home on it as well. The overthrow took a fortunate bounce for the Scarlet Hawks, but a misplay from Fostiak scores 2, and the Cougars have a third run 90 feet from home plate.
Yeah, that was just really, that was misread by Fostiak out there in center. I thought that
The left fielder, number 17, Brendan
I didn't think that
Holloway.
was a gapper. I thought that was just going to be single, and he just completely misread it. And then it bounced pretty high, and he tried to recover it with his bare hand, but yeah, just misread out there in center.
So 2 runs scored here. As first pitch to Holloway, catches that outside corner for strike 1. Holloway fouling that one off, now sits with the 0-2. Buckley planted on third. The 0-2 in the dirt. Good effort there from Benz to keep it in front of him.
Yeah, down 1-2 here, but Holloway has those quick hands. He's got a good 2-strike approach here. Just anything to get Buckley over, cut the lead in half.
This one missing outside, levels the count. We've got twos yet again.
Yeah. Holloway just spitting at that. No chance of a swing there. Patient, waiting for his pitch.
Fulling delivers here. That's going to be a slow roller. It's going to be a tough one to make the throw. The throw bouncing in time. Good effort there from Rappel to get the Scarlet Hawks out of the inning, prevent Buckley from scoring, and send this to the top of the third. But the Cougars, they finally scratched the surface. 2 runs on 3 hits. And that's going to bring Riley, Miyasato, and Minami due up when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports and Network, top of the third. First pitch delivered to Riley, skied high and shallow. Left side of the field, Sperando calling everyone off, and he's going to collect it for the out. A good start to the inning for the Cougars, collecting one out on one pitch.
Well, that's new in this game, too, here. First pitch, first out.
Second baseman, number 31.
Great start there for Carroll.
That's going to bring Miyasato now to the plate. Like we said, when Carroll came in the last inning, he's been a starter for the Cougars this season, so he's had the time to mentally prepare to come into the game, get his body situated and ready to roll. Coming in the second inning, having to kind of rush to get ready in the bullpen, not his usual start to a day. So seeing him kind of come out and be a little bit more effective and efficient here in his second inning, we're starting to see the Jack Carroll that earned that NAC Pitcher of the Week accolade.
Yeah, absolutely, and pretty rough start to that second inning, but only gave up one run and just keep on. Obviously, the Cougar offense needs to start chipping away, like I've been saying a million times, but that starts with putting up zeros on defense.
As this one misses inside for ball two, so a 2-1 count here for Miyasato. Scarlet Hawks putting up 5 runs in the first inning and only 1 run in the second. As Miyasato shows bunt, takes it for strike number 2.
We've seen a few bunts today, but I think that's the first bunt for a strike that we've seen today.
Yeah, didn't even attempt to pull back, just kind of missed it. And he swings through that one for strike number 3. Jack Carroll doing Jack Carroll things. Puts out number 2 on the board.
Yeah, and Jack Carroll just awesome start to this inning. 2 outs already.
Fielder number 2, Josh Minamy.
And that's going to put Minamy now at the plate with 2 away.
Yeah, the second lefty in this lineup, and this is his 4th plate appearance on the season. More of a bag threat. And if you're Carroll here, do not want to lose him on a walk. Just throw something in the zone. Make him beat you. That's the key to this at-bat, especially lefty-lefty.
The 1-0 from Carroll, up and in for ball 2. Carroll brushing Minamy off the plate a little bit there. The 2-0. Catches that outside corner for strike 1. Some good movement dropping into the zone there from Carroll. He's a guy that can throw a ball that drops high-low really, really cleanly. As that one missing outside the zone. Kind of looking for a similar spot there, that upper outside corner. Just couldn't drop that one quite enough. This one's going to be connected on. It's going to get down in left field. A little blooper right towards the line. Minamy, he turns to look, but Holloway with a rocket over to second is going to prevent him from taking an extra base.
Yeah, good ball there from Holloway. And nice swing there, just opposite field there. Strong hands. Getting on base. And he loves to steal. So you got to keep an eye out on him. Here comes the dangerous top of the order. Starting with Fryer.
Fryer, he's chasing his first hit here in game number 2. Hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance and took a walk in his second. As Owens calling time, but is going to quickly get back behind home plate. So Carroll getting reset here. Delivers the first pitch. That's going to be skied in foul territory and into the bleachers. So an 0-1 count here for Fryer. Fryer in game 1, 2 for 5 at the plate. As he connects and sends that one deep back at the left field wall. Holloway coming up and underneath it with ease for the out. So a much-needed scoreless inning. And Jack Carroll getting things done. 1 hit allowed, but that's going to bring up the heart of the order for the Cougars. Both Maulers and Xavier Zagerman due up when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network.
Second baseman number 5, Jake.
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Jake Mauler leading the inning off for the Cougars. As he swings the first pitch, he sees that ball is problematic. That ball is long gone out of Division Street. Bingo, bango, bongo, Jake Mauler, fire me up. 1 pitch onto Division Street is all it takes for Jake Mauler.
Yeah, and Mauler knew about that one. Bat flip and all. And he's now tied Brandon with 11 home runs.
The designated hitter number 9, Brandon.
Just an absolute rocket over the fence. Like you said, he knew it from the second that ball left his bat that ball was juiced.
And that was around the same spot in the home run that he had in game 1.
So that's going to bring Brandon Mauler up to the plate now. He lets the first pitch go by for strike 1.
Yeah, Brandon Mauler's gotten all the attention this year, leading the NAC in home runs and obviously having a terrific season. But Jake's saying, hey, like, I'm here too.
As Brandon Mauler skies this one, that ball is problematic. That ball is gone! Oh my goodness! Brandon Mauler does it as well! Back-to-back Mauler home runs! You can't make this up! Brandon Mauler, following in his brother's footsteps, sends that ball onto Division Street! And the Cougars make this a one-run game!
Right fielder number 16, Xavier Zagerman.
Oh my goodness! Sam, when we talk about needing to find some offensive juice, that is how you do it. As that one is going to be popped up and out for Zagerman. Inman able to collect it for the out, but that is only the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Jake just tied him just for 2 pitches later. Brandon to overtake the lead, 12-11 now for total home runs this season.
So what was at one point a 6-0 advantage for the Scarlet Hawks has been erased to a 1-run advantage here. The Cougars trail. As Owens sits waiting for his pitch here. That misses low. Owens here. Lets that one go by.
I mean, I talked about it all day. Just want to just chip away at that lead, and 2 home runs. That'll do it. I mean, base runners are cool, but home runs are cooler.
As that one misses for a walk for Owens. That's going to put Jack Linko now at the plate.
Yeah, I mean, we know Linko has the power to tie this game. We saw it in the first game.
Cullen Fulling, he has had control here to start. And now we're seeing some movement in the Scarlet Hawks bullpen.
I mean, one swing of the bat ties the game, and you forget all about that first inning grand slam.
First pitch to Linko, low and away for ball 1. So 6-4, the Scarlet Hawks advantage here. As that one misses low for ball 2.
Yeah, I like this patient approach here from Linko. Talked about it a little bit last game. He hit that home run, then he started being a little bit too aggressive, in my opinion. Just wait for that pitch and that home run stroke. It'll just come naturally.
Fulling, he delivers this one. That's going to be sent right up the middle. The diving attempt, no good. Owens, he's going to hold at second. Shallow into center field. So Fostiak collecting it with ease. But that's going to put 2 runners on, 1 out on the board, and Connor Jerkadis at the plate.
Yeah, and I mean, single up the middle, too. That's fine, too.
Third baseman, number
2 good swings here today from Linko. Linko's been swinging that. You talked about it. He's kind of been all over the place this year. He's pitched a little bit, played a little bit in the outfield, first base, but first base really seems to be his go-to. Swinging a hot bat, had that nice play at the end of game 1 at first base, dragging the foot.
You've heard Coach Nelson over on third base tell guys to do a job, and Connor Jerkadis, he looked to do his job there, but Menominee just able to get underneath it, so that's going to put out number 2 on the board, but hand things over to Richie Sperando.
Yeah, Menominee just broke the rule, first step back, and that could have been a lot of trouble, but he recovered and made a nice play. I mean, it was a hard hit ball there, but if that gets over his head, that's real trouble for the Hawks.
2 outs now, runners on first and second. First pitch to Sperando, clips him, and they're going to give Richie Sperando first base. So bases loaded now in the top of the order for the Cougars, Cam Buckley.
Yeah, Buckley had a single, got all the way to third with that error, and looks like a little mound visit.
I think we're going to see a pitching change here. So that is going to retire Fulling while we get his final stat line and the information on a new pitcher. We'll be right back. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, new arm on the bump for the Scarlet Hawks in replacement of Fulling is number 10, Austin Schnurr. First pitch from Schnurr, low and away for ball 1. Fulling, he did his job the first couple innings, but the Cougars, they started to get hot here and really took advantage of him. Final stat line for Cullen Fulling, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs allowed, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 18 batters faced, 51 total pitches thrown. So now a left-handed pitcher coming in. Cam Buckley skies this one back. It can't be. It can't be gone, but it is! Cam Buckley! Oh my goodness! 3 home runs in 1 inning! The Cougars are hot! And for the first time in game number 2, they have taken the lead. Grand slam for Buckley. He was due. And boy, did he make the Scarlet Hawks pay! Oh my goodness! CUC on top, 8-6 here with 2 outs on the board.
Goodness me, what a swing there from Buckley. Maybe got his confidence back after that single in his last at bat and then just mashed that ball.
You think about it, Cam Buckley, he was due for a long ball. Brandon Mahler was due for a long ball. And the Cougars have just taken advantage of every opportunity as Holloway now at the plate takes strike 1. One and one count here for Holloway. He's 1 for 2 in game 2. He connects, sends this one high and deep into center field. But Fostiak able to get up and underneath it to close the inning. But consider the damage done. 6 runs on 4 hits. And the Cougars take the 8-6 lead. And Jack Carroll, he's coming back out onto the mound looking to continue to dish for the Cougars. We're going to take a quick break right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are just now joining us, you have missed a full day of baseball. Game 1, it was a marathon and a hitter's game. And game 2, the Scarlet Hawks, they jumped out to a 5-0 lead. And the Cougars, they battled back here as first pitch fouled off for Rappel. But the bottom of the third, 6 runs for the Cougars, 3 home runs, including that grand slam for Cam Buckley. Just an absolutely electric outing for the Cougars to come back and now sit with the 8-6 lead. Jack Carroll still dishing for the Cougars. He delivers ball 1.
Yeah, it was obviously an incredible inning from the Cougars offensively, but I want to give props to Jack Carroll after what he did in his first inning and the second inning, which feels like just a long time ago.
As that's going to get down in grass. Buckley coming up and underneath it, bobbling it a little bit, but keeping with it, and that's going to hold Rappel at first.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Jack Carroll giving up the bases loaded and only giving up 1 run and put up a 0 in the third inning, and CUC's offense put up 6 of their own in the third alone, and Carroll just got to keep on doing what he's doing. Gives up a leadoff single there, but he's been throwing a lot better.
And, yeah, a scoreless top of the third for Carroll was exactly what was needed, but that's going to get through the 6-hole. And Holloway coming up and underneath it. It's going to hold Rappel at second, Fostiak at first, and they've got 2 runners on with no outs.
Yeah, something's telling me the game isn't gonna end at 8-6.
If it's anything like we saw in Game 1, we are due for about 3 more lead changes.
Absolutely.
And a wild roller coaster of hitters and pitchers doing their thing, but Phillip Benz now at the plate. He's got no outs and plenty of opportunities. As he sends that one into left field, Holloway's going to let it bounce, and he's going to get the throw in time. Rappel holding at third, but that's bases loaded, no outs, and Tyler Gutsfeld at the plate.
Well, third time, it happened the first time, but third time for Gutsfeld with the bases loaded against Jack Carroll for the second time today. 5 RBIs on the day for Gutsfeld. Umpire displeased with the booth up here.
Home plate umpire seeming to be an enemy of athletic communications here today. Carroll delivers the first pitch up and in for ball 1. Yeah, you mentioned it, Sam. This is a very dangerous spot to be in. We saw this once already today. Bases loaded. Gutsfeld sends a homer, and he's looking to do it again. He sends that back with aggression, and it's off the top of the wall. 1 run's going to score, and the other's holding the throw home to prevent. So, oh my goodness, that was dangerously close to a deja vu situation.
I'm surprised the runners held on that. I thought they'd be a little bit more aggressive there, but it's a loud single for 1 RBI, and that's 6 RBIs on the day for Gutsfeld, having himself a terrific day, and Coach Matt Smith coming out to talk to Carroll.
Yeah, Coach Smith coming out, just trying to get some things settled in here. Jack Carroll, he's a very reliable arm, and the Cougars, they're in a good spot, but just needing to make sure that they can control this game. So you see ahead by 1 now after that RBI single from Gutsfeld, but still no outs on the board, bases loaded. It's a tricky spot to be in. Coming up to the plate is Logan Inman. Inman having himself a day as well. He's 0 for 1 here in Game 2, but he got his way on base in his first plate appearance off of a hit by pitch. And in Game 1, he was 1 for 5, 2 runs of his own. So Inman, he's got plenty of opportunities here with no outs.
First baseman number 15, Logan Inman.
Carroll trying to work his way out of a jam here. He delivers the first pitch. Fouled off for the 0-1. Starting to see some more movement in the Cougar bullpen as Carroll delivers pitch number 2. In there for strike 2.
Yeah, a strikeout here would be huge for Carroll. Get that first out of the inning, something that the Cougars have been struggling with all day, except for that really quick third inning. But if you get the strikeout here, then you're a double play away from getting out of the inning, only giving up 1 run, and that is a W for the Cougars.
Carroll delivers this one. In there for strike 3.
Yeah.
Third strikeout of the day for Carroll.
Yeah, I don't know what Inman wanted there. I mean, that looked right down the middle.
A very pretty pitch, and to what you were saying, Sam, it's exactly what the Cougars needed. First out on the board. You're now a double play away from getting out of this inning. You still have bases loaded. You've got a force at home. You've got a force at every base, but you've got some opportunities here. And finally breaking through that glass. As that one is going to be skied. Foul. Linko could not find it. And
Linko get that? He did.
I think they're going to say...
I can't see from over here.
From our press box view, it's blocked. But it does look like he collected it in foul territory.
Yeah.
As Riley walks back to the dugout. So great effort and recovery there from Linko. You could tell that he lost it in the sun. He was calling for help. He could not see anything, but he was able to recover and collect it for the out. So, again, the next best case scenario, you've got 2 outs now, bases loaded.
Yeah, that's huge for Jack Carroll. And now you just need to get one more guy out. There's no sacrifice fly situation. You can even keep the lead after looking like you could have given up another grand slam to Gutsfeld, that loud single like I talked about earlier. But if you can get out of here giving up 1 run, that is a huge win for the Cougars this inning and a huge win for Jack Carroll.
1-0 count here for Miyasato. Carroll delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
It's a good pitch there. And Miyasato just causing problems in game 1, but pretty quiet day today. 2 strikeouts.
1-1 count now, 2 outs, bases loaded. Carroll delivers. That one's going to be fouled off. And, again, that's exactly what you want for Jack Carroll. He's ahead in the count now. 1-2. He's got some room to operate, but he's got control.
Yeah, Miyasato not really a power threat, so if you're in the infield, you really got to be on your heels here. Be ready for anything.
You could see the infield sitting back as that one delivered up and away for ball 2. 2s across the board here. Carroll gets set here. Pitch clock under 10. He delivers. That one's going to be fouled off. Miyasato doing a nice job keeping himself alive. Carroll delivers outside. Full count here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. You imagine the runners are going on the pitch. Carroll takes a breath. He gets set. He delivers. That's going to be put into play. Shallow center field. Buckley's going to let it bounce. 1 run's going to score. Second coming in with ease. And a 2 RBI single for Miyasato. Takes the lead from the Cougars. Two outs, runners on the corner bags now.
Fielder number 2, Josh Minamy.
And Josh Minamy at the plate. This one fouled off towards the Cougar dugout. Assistant coach for the Scarlet Hawks not able to collect that cleanly. Oh, 1 count here. As that one catches that outside corner for strike number 2.
Yeah, that's a really nice pitch there. The lefty Minami. I mean, you can't really do much with that. It's perfectly painted outside.
As this one fouled off, he's keeping himself alive here.
Yeah, Minami, You got to imagine that that last call strike was in his head. Kind of looked a little off balance on that swing, but just fouled it off and living to fight another pitch.
0-2 count from Carroll. The throw down. Not going to get Miyasato, but it is going to hold Gutsfeld at third.
Yeah, and we saw that in the first game with Brandon Mahler behind the dish. Made that mistake throwing to second, and the runner from home scored, but Gutsfeld staying over there at third, playing it safe. Trusting in this guy, Minami.
Swing and a miss. Strike number 3. Much needed strikeout there for Jack Carroll. Gets out of the inning, but like we saw in game 1, this is a back and forth matchup. 3 runs on 5 hits gives Illinois Tech the lead right back over the Cougars. But guess what? The heart of the hitters coming back up. Jake Mahler, Brandon Mahler, and Xavier Zagerman due up when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Jake Mahler leading the inning off, and Schnurr still dishing on the bump for the Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech, they took the 9-8 lead in the top half of this inning, but Jake Mahler, he's not shy here today, coming off of his home run in the last inning, and he's going to take a quick 2-0 lead here.
Yeah, if you're Austin Schnurr here, you got to be completely cautious for these next 2 batters, and that is not something you want to be told. Be cautious with your first 2 batters of the inning, but
as that one slides its way right on in there for
pitch.
strike 1. Really good movement there from Schnurr.
Yeah, if you just get through these 2 guys, if you're Schnurr.
Mahler skies this one high, shallow, right center. Battling the sun was Fostiak, but he collects it for the out, and that's going to put Brandon Mahler now at the plate.
Yeah, Mahler just got under that, popped it high in the sky.
But you're not in any more of a safe zone as you hand things over to Brandon Mahler.
Arguably in a more dangerous zone, but I don't even know it. Between Brandon and Jake, they're both terrific.
Brandon Mahler, he's also coming off of a home run as he swings the first pitch he sees. That's heading for a dangerous spot right along the right field line, but able to collect it for the out was Riley. So that's 2 quick outs, and Xavier Zagerman now at the plate.
Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted if you're Austin Schnurr. You're not looking to strike these guys out. You just want to get them out any means necessary. 2 pop flies high in the sky. And now you're looking at 2 outs, trying to put up a 0 spot in this inning. Keep that 9-8 lead.
Getting through the first 2 batters in, Jake and Brandon Mahler, is a very comfortable spot to be in. Xavier Zagerman, he can come to life when it's necessary for the Cougars, but he's 0 for 2 here in game number 2.
Yeah, Zagerman's got some pop. He's got a couple home runs this year, but you'd much rather face Zagerman with no Mahlers on base than at least 1.
as Schnurr is going to get an eye contact warning here. As this one well up and away for ball one. Zagerman's going to connect on that one, send it into the outfield, but coming up and underneath it is Fostiak for the out. So a quick 3-up, 3-down inning is exactly what you're hoping for if you're the Scarlet Hawks. But the Cougars, they head back to the field. I believe we might be seeing a pitching change, but we'll have that for you when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the order for the Scarlet Hawks. They hold on to this 9-8 lead, but a new arm on the bump for CUC in Anthony Polano. And the first pitch that Fryer sees is going to be skied into center field, Buckley collecting it. So Anthony Polano, he's doing his job and securing the out.
Yeah, a lot of deja vu going on in this game. This reminds me of the third inning. First one pitch, one out, and that's huge. Like, it cannot be overstated how big that first out is with how explosive these offenses are. Really takes away momentum too if you're IIT in this situation.
So the final stat line for Jack Carroll: 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 18 batters faced, and 70 total pitches thrown. And he hands things over here to Anthony Polano. Polano, a fifth-year student on this CUC roster, battled injuries last year, making his comeback here this season. This is just his 4th appearance on the year. Only 2 innings pitched so far, and he's still chasing his first strikeout this season. As he sits with the 2-0 count, this one's going to be roped into left field, but Holloway with plenty of time. So 2 quick outs from Anthony Polano, getting things done, brings Ryan Fostiak up to the plate for the Scarlet Hawks.
Well, Tyler Gutsfeld will not get in that bat with the bases loaded. And Why, you may ask? Well, he's gotten 3 at-bats today with the bases loaded, which is quite the anomaly. So
Anthony Polano looking to keep this as a quick and scoreless inning. We haven't seen a scoreless inning for the Scarlet Hawks since the 3rd. It's the only scoreless inning they've had so far today. And Fostiak lets the first pitch go by for ball 1. The 1-0, swing and a miss for strike number 1. Polano, one of the few left-handed pitchers on this CUC team. I believe just one of 3. We've seen all 3 lefties today. As Polano's 1-1, hits the dirt for ball 2. Polano taking his time here. Pitch clock under 10. He gets set. The 2-1. Trying to sink its way in, but just missing, makes it 3-1.
yeah, a lot of movement on there, but I don't think that ever looked like a strike, so easy take there.
Polano's last appearance here this season at Aurora on April 8th. He pitched 1 inning in that outing. But he's going to deliver a walk to Fostiak, put a runner on, and hand things over to Philip Benz with 2 outs.
Catcher number 35, Philip Benz.
Well, Philip Benz has gotten a hit off of everyone today except for Kyle Conley. He is 5 for 5, including both games, excluding Kyle Conley.
Polano shaking off the pitch call here. He gets set. Delivers the first pitch to Benz. Sinking in there for strike 1. A really well-placed pitch.
Yeah, that's a really good pitch. Just finding the zone last second there.
The 0-1. And he's going to look to pick off. The runner's going to go, but Linko's going to drop the ball.
He had him. Linko just dropped it. And those are those little mistakes that you can't make in a game like this, game as tight as this. It's a great play from Polano.
Yeah, Polano, again, as a left-handed pitcher, being able to kind of face there and see that jump.
Absolutely.
And a really good read from Fostiak, who was able to take advantage of that, but Benz is going to swing through that one.
Yeah, we've gotten the full lefty pitching CUC experience today in both games.
Polano ahead in the count, 0-2. Chasing his first strikeout of the season. He delivers. That one's going to be put into play. It's going to get down in right field. Zagerman scooping it up, the throw home.
Oh!
In plenty of time! A rocket of a throw from Zagerman prevents the run and gets the Cougars out of the inning. Great pitching from Polano and a fantastic throw from Zagerman. Oh my goodness!
No runs.
Don't test that arm from Zagerman.
One left on base.
We've seen Zagerman really attempt that many times here today. There's been a lot of times that he's made that throw that's prevented the run from going.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times that we've seen him make that throw that gets cut off, and he finally got that, prevented that run, and ended that inning. Absolutely a fantastic play there from the junior out of Chandler, Arizona.
Yeah, really just terrific throw, just perfect strike. Like, I don't think you could have placed that in the glove any better. And the velocity on that throw too.
Yeah,
incredible.
And credit to Dom Owens as well. You know, the pressure is on when you've got such a perfect throw there, being able to collect it cleanly, drop the tag cleanly. You know, it's a two-way street there, and Owens did a nice job of collecting it and getting that tag in, but there was plenty of time for him to collect that.
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier, Kayla. We were talking about picking off runners and just trying to get outs in any ways to help your pitcher, and that's not a pickoff, but that's what you need from your defense. Linko made that mistake at first, and Zagerman saying, "Hey, it's okay, I got you," you know, and then absolutely gunning him out at home. Just terrific throw. And like you said, we've seen some runners for IIT hold at third, and they finally tested that arm, and Zagerman made him pay.
Absolutely, and just knowing that your field has your back. Anthony Polano, he delivers the second scoreless inning for the Cougars here today, and it was needed. CUC trailing 9-8. They needed a scoreless inning here to give their hitters a chance to catch back up.
I mean, the value of scoreless innings in games like these are just through the roof. It feels like a 0 is more of a crooked number than a 5 or a 6.
First pitch delivered to Owens, well up and in. Schnurr still dishing on the bump for the Scarlet Hawks. Owens leaves that one, but it catches that outside corner for strike one. Owens, he's 0 for 1 here in game 2. Struck out in his first plate appearance, took a walk in his second, and now he's behind in the count 1-2. He's going to leave that one for ball 2. Kind of up and in. Looked like he maybe wanted to take a hack at it, but let it go.
We talked about earlier about possible fatigue in this 4th game in 3 days, but they obviously look plenty energized, this offense, and the Mahler bros, couple home runs, and Buckley with that grand slam.
As Owens is going to swing through that one for out number 1. Kind of a slow swing there.
Yeah.
Little off-speed pitch that just kind of caught him off guard a little bit.
Yeah, Owens really not happy with himself there, but I'm sure he'll get another 5 at-bats the way this game is going, so he'll get another shot at it.
We joked a lot in game 1 as Lenko skies this one high into left field, backtracking all the way at the fence.
Yeah,
it's going to get down on the warning track. Lenko, a stand-up double.
Yeah, that ball just kept on carrying, and it's just completely misread out there in left field.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of carried. It was really hard to tell how much it was carrying, and I think a little bit of the wind kind of maybe pulled it back a touch, but
Minami has misread a couple of those balls out there in left field. I talked about it earlier. I forgot who hit it, but he took that first step. You're supposed to take that first step back. That's outfielding 101, and he took that first step forward, and then he bailed himself out with a nice catch, but that time he couldn't get away with it.
So the first pitch to Jerkadis is in there for strike 1. 1 out on the board, runner in scoring position. Lenko over on second. He represents the game-tying run. As Jerkadis, he's swinging through that one, got caught chasing, low and away. Jerkadis, he's been struggling a little bit at the plate today, 1 for 2. He picked up a single in his first at-bat here in game number 2. But in game 1, 0 for 5, the only Cougar to not record a hit in that game. So just really trying to get something done here as he lets that one go by for ball 1. One-two count now. The delivery from Schnurr. Late decision there from Jerkadis, but protecting the plate, he fouls it off.
Yeah.
Sends it along the first baseline foul territory.
I mean, just staying alive by any means. Just make Schnurr just keep on pitching to you.
The 1-2. Upstairs, ball 2.
Yeah, just make, if you keep on falling off Schnurr's best stuff, you're going to get one to hit.
When you take a look at how this CUC team can hit the ball, it really might come as a shock to a lot of Cougar fans. When you look at the roster from last year to this year, the Cougars, they lost a lot of their high hitters. You lost Tyler Crater, you lost Tyler Dorsch, you lost Michael Kasich and Eli Hickman. A lot of those guys were the big hitters. You had Jake Mahler and you had Brandon Mahler that could swing, but seeing other guys stepping up this season in Jack Lenko and Richie Sperando, and even Cam Buckley coming in, it's been a different ball game to see who's stepping up at what times.
Absolutely, yeah, and then obviously the Mahler bros stepping into good players to superstars. I mean, Brandon Muller, this is a guy who we're going to be talking about as the best player in the NAC, and you said it. Jack Linko has had an awesome season so far this year, swinging the bat really well.
As Sperano sends this one over to short, collecting it. The throw over is in plenty of time, so Fryer to Inman for the out, and that is going to leave a runner stranded, and we head to the top of the sixth. CUC still trailing by 1 when we come back. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, a new arm on the bump for the Cougars, number 7, Dave Daimling. Daimling coming in replacement of Anthony Polano. Polano having an absolutely stud of an outing. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk, 4 batters faced, and 12 total pitches thrown, holding the Scarlet Hawks scoreless in that inning. And he hands things over to David Daimling, who's looking to continue that stretch here. But Daimling, he's pitching to Tyler Gutsfeld, who's having himself a game.
Yeah, it's been an interesting season here for Daimling. 10.61 ERA, obviously not what you want, but opponents are only batting 194 against him. So interesting season from Daimling here. I'm curious to see how he does against this hot IIT lineup.
As that one's going to be put into play. Mahler can't field it cleanly. It's going to bounce all the way into right field. Gutsfeld, he's going to try for 2. Zagerman, the throw. Not in time. Xavier Zagerman almost went 2 for 2 on throwing people out, but the inability to field that cleanly is going to put Gutsfeld on second.
Yeah, I mean, good throw from Zagerman again, but just a little late, right on target. But and then it's just unfortunate. Like if you're Mahler, you got to make that play. Another routine ground ball puts Daimling in a spot that he doesn't want to be in. Runner in scoring position already after giving up weak contact. But let's see if he can recover here. Pick his guy up.
Really good movement there from Daimling, just missing upstairs for ball 1. And you talked about Daimling having a little bit of a funky stat line and maybe not the start to this season that he wanted, but he's coming off of an injury, didn't play last season at all. So his most recent season in 2024 as Gutsfeld's going to take off for third. So the 1-1 counts, but now a almost insurance run 90 feet from scoring.
I don't know if Owens was surprised there or just couldn't get that ball off with the righty hitter at the plate, but I thought he could have had a shot, but Gutsfeld in there.
This one's going to be a chopper. Sperando's going to look Gutsfeld back. He's going to make the throw over. Really, really good play there from Sperando.
Yeah. Way to check the runner at third.
And he took his time with that, too.
Yeah. Just made the simple throw, simple play.
Right fielder number 25, Matt Riley.
That's an out, and the runner stays at third. Can't ask for much more if you're Diamond here. Just got to find a way to get these two guys out while trying to prevent the run from scoring.
Matthew Riley at the plate here for the Scarlet Hawks. He shows bunt, and the runner's going to take off. Gutsfeld next to Owens, the throw. In time! Gutsfeld got caught stealing. A quick look from Owens, taking him all the way back to third. A big out for the Cougars.
Yeah, Coach Ed Ziefert, I don't know if I love that play there. I mean, you got one out, you got a runner on third. There's no need to bunt him over and play that aggressive play. Just trust your offense that you can get one out to the outfield. And I mean, you have 9 runs today. If this is a low scoring game, if this is a 0-0 or 1-0 or 2-1, whatever it may be, maybe you go for that aggressive play. But you got to trust your guys, trust the swings, and now all of a sudden 2 outs. Nobody on base. Huge play there from the Cougars.
As Dimling's going to catch him swinging through that one for strike 2. Yeah, it especially with 1 out on the board, taking that kind of aggressive approach it's an interesting one, but at the end of the day, Scarlet Hawks, what do they have to lose? You know, losing game 1 by 1 run. They're sitting with the 1-run advantage and just wanting to play aggressive. I can't fault them for taking the opportunity. As Owens is going to come out and have a quick conversation with Dimling. A really quick out discussion. So the 1-2 count, 2 outs here for Riley. Dimling delivers. That's going to be roped into left field. It's going to get down in grass. Holloway able to collect it, prevents any extra bases, but a 2-out single for Riley, jump-starting this Scarlet Hawk offense.
Yeah, nice hit there from Riley. Little 1-2, got himself out of trouble with that 1-2 count. Solid contact. Trying to start something up after that failed bunt attempt. Caught stealing. Get a little 2-out rally here. Miyasato coming up.
Miyasato here. Again, looking to get something going with 2 outs. He's 1 for 3 in this outing. He picked up a 2 RBI single in his most recent at-bat. As he puts that first ball into play. Chopping foul. Jerkadis scooping it up.
Yeah, Blue not having he might be having a rough day. Maybe he woke up on the side of the bed. He really needed to make sure that everybody knew that was foul.
So the 0-1 count, 1 runner on base. Dimling taking his time here. And he's going to check over on Riley. This one in the dirt for ball 1. Dimling's last appearance coming on April 8th at Aurora. He pitched 1 inning there. Picked up 1 strikeout in that process. It was a day that Aurora was just able to hit everything. But he was able to have a fairly successful outing against the Spartans, and now he sits with the 2-1 count over Miyasato. Dimling gets set here. He's going to check back over at first. That pitch is going to get, or that throw is going to get all the way into right field. Riley, he's going to take 2. but he's going to hold there. So still the 2-1 count for Miyasato.
Yeah, I don't know how much I love just the pickoff attempt there. Riley only, not a stolen base threat, only 2 stolen bases on the year. Just focus on the hitter. There's 2 outs.
As that one inside, brushing Miyasato off the plate. And now with the 3-1 count. Dimeling delivers. In there for strike 2. Fills this count up. This one's going to be connected on, lifted high and deep. Holloway backtracking, but it's going to get down at the fence. 1 run is going to score. Miyasato, he's going to hold at second. So an RBI double for Miyasato.
Left fielder number 2, Josh Minami.
So similar spot to where they just were. Runner on second. Minami at the plate. First pitch sinking just low for ball 1. Dimeling nearing 20 pitches on the day. The 1-0, well inside for ball 2.
Yeah, Minami had a nice single. With a nice single in his last at bat. That lefty-lefty matchup just jam shot into left field. Just put the ball in play, anything can happen.
The 2-0 outside and away. Hitters count here for Minami. Dimeling 1 out away from closing out of this inning. He delivers. That one's going to catch in there for strike number 1. Much needed strike from Dimeling. He's going to force Minami to stay aggressive at the plate here. As Dimeling steps off to check on Miyasato, but nobody covering. That one's going to catch that outside corner for strike 2. A little too close for comfort there, Minami. He wasn't upset by the strike call, but he definitely was hoping for the ball call.
Yeah.
So the full count, 2 outs, 1 runner on second. The payoff pitch from Dimeling. Swung on and fouled off.
Yeah.
Really, really good movement there.
Emergency hack there from Minami. Yeah, that ball looks like it was going to catch the zone and just fouled it off. And that really nice job to follow it off. Make Dimeling throw another one of his A pitches.
Dimeling delivers here. That's going to be swung on and fouled off straight back. So another emergency swing from Minami. He's doing a nice job of protecting the plate.
Yep.
As the throw does not matter. He goes down, and that's going to do it for the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. That's going to bring the top of the order due up for the Cougars when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Cougar Sports Network, where we have a 10-8 ball game. Cam Buckley leading off. His last at bat, he had a grand slam. Starts off 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. We'll see how Buckley handles that.
Schnurr still dishing on the mound for the Scarlet Hawks. Delivers the ball 1. Entering his 3rd inning of work on the mound.
Yeah, Buckley's been pretty aggressive, but I like when Buckley sees a couple pitches. He's in this hitter's count now, 2-1, and this is where I like to see him be aggressive.
As that one clips in there for strike 2. 2-2 count now.
Yeah, that's a good pitch. It's painted on the outside corner. Not much you could do there if you're Buckley. Just wait for that pitch.
Schnurr delivers here. That's going to be low, but Buckley not wanting to take any chances. He fouls it off.
Yeah, and this is the time that the Cougars need to put up some runs. 4th and 5th, both scoreless, which is kind of unbelievable in games like this that we've had today, but top of the order here.
As he swings through that one for strike 3. And that's going to hand things over to Brendan Holloway. Cougars, they've had back-to-back scoreless innings after a monster bottom of the 3rd gave them the lead, and they've been struggling at the plate since. So really looking to jumpstart something here, and you've got a good part of the lineup here for you. As they're going to say Holloway swung at that one for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, connected on, that's going to get down in center field. Just a base hit is all that's needed. Hand things over to the next guy up, and when you've got the next guy up as Jake Mahler, you're in a really good spot.
Yeah, and then guess who's after Jake? I mean, Brennan has just been a hit machine. Brendan Holloway's been a hit machine today. He puts the ball in play. Just seems like every single time he's putting decent contact on it, and that's what you need when you have the Mahler brothers behind you.
As Mahler's going to let that first pitch go by for strike 1. Yeah, Schnurr, I mean, the Scarlet Hawks in general, when you look at this this lineup for the Cougars, especially today, you go Brendan Holloway, who's been having himself a day, Jake Mahler, who's been proving himself and having himself a day, and Brandon Mahler, who was a little quiet in Game 1, but coming to life here in Game 2. So a just lethal first 3 batters here. But Jake Mahler, he's here with the 0-2, and they're going to check over on Holloway.
And Buckley's been awesome all season, and Holloway kind of slow start to the year, but he's been swinging just a really hot bat over these 2 games, and if he can get going with the Maulers, it's got to be up there for one of the best 1, 2, 3, 4 top of the lineups in the conference.
And we've seen that lineup kind of fluctuate a little bit all season. Brendan Holloway not really making much of an appearance early on for the Cougars. We saw a lot of time out in left field from Austin Koberstein, and then Holloway kind of sneaking his way in. We even saw Quinton Guardia, a freshman, making his way out in left field. And then Brendan Holloway, he's worked his way back into this lineup, coming into that 2-hitter, and he's really come to life there.
Yeah, and Holloway, a guy last year, was kind of every other day in the corner outfield. Obviously, you had Dorsch out there in center last year. And like you said, the 4 players in that lineup last year, and Holloway kind of expecting a bigger role, and then beginning of the year not really getting as much playing time, and then starting getting that big role out in left field, and he's been playing some really good ball as of late.
And proven to be a little bit of a pester on the base paths as Schnurr checks on him again, not wanting him to go anywhere. And Mahler's going to send that one. That is deep. Yeah. That is back. We can't do another home run, but Jake Mahler can! Jake Mahler, another home run! Bingo, bango, bongo! Tie ball game! Jake Mahler goodness! He was not letting his brother steal that home run record. He's tying him here, leading the team this season.
I mean, this is just theater between these two.
Designated hitter number 9, Brandon.
You got to wonder if you're looking at Jake and Brandon Mahler, and, you know, obviously Jake Mahler's last home run was followed up by a home run from Brandon Mahler, and you wonder, was that what it was like when they were kids, just going one for one? One person does something, so the next one has to do it as well. And if you're a Cougar fan, you're only hoping for it here, as we've got a tie ball game. As Brandon Mahler's going to let that one sneak by. Now he's sitting with the 0-2 count.
Yeah, Mahler didn't like that call, but just hitting the zone.
The 0-2 up and away for ball 1.
Yeah, and Jake Mahler tied it in his last or a couple of bats ago. Tied the home run lead just for a couple pitches later for Brandon to take the lead. So maybe there's a small part of Jake that's not wanting him to hit a home run here, but
that one in the dirt levels this count at 2 apiece for Brandon Mahler. And this is a very similar trend to what we saw in Game 1. Maybe a couple more home runs than we saw in Game 1, but just a back-and-forth matchup between these two teams as Brandon Mahler reaches for that when he sends it into shallow right. But coming up and underneath it is Riley for the out. That's going to put 2 outs on the board, and Xavier Zagerman now at the plate.
Right fielder number 16, Xavier.
yeah, sigh of relief there from the Scarlet Knights, but maybe a sigh of relief there from Jake as well.
So Zagerman here, and it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up next, Austin Koberstein. Koberstein, for those that can't see, he's in the way of our batter's angle camera, so being a little bit of a pester for our production crew. But first pitch to Zagerman delivered in the dirt for ball 1. Schnurr delivers here. That one missing low and in for ball 2. Two outs on the board, the 2-0 count, and Zagerman, he's going to foul that one off. Zagerman, he's 0 for 3 here in game number 2. He went 1 for 4 in game 1, but he's a guy, we've talked a lot about it. He might be struggling here at the plate today, but he can surprise you. When he sparks up, he sparks up. And whether that just be a base hit, he's known for a couple home runs, as they're going to say he swung at that one, and that's going to bring us up to 2s.
Yeah, Zagerman not like, I don't think he liked that call that much, asking for time. Just walking around it a little bit, trying to settle back in this 2-2 count.
Baseball, as much of a physical game as it is a mental game, and Zagerman taking a couple seconds, taking a breath, walking it off. Again, when you're sitting here and you're 0 for 3 in the game, you're ahead in the count, and then you drop and you level this at 2 apiece. The mental piece comes into play here as he swings through that one for out number 3. So that is going to do it for the 6th, but the Cougars, they tie this back up. It is a ball game here at the Thunderdome. And most likely we're going to see another new arm coming out for the Cougars. We're going to have information on who that arm is going to be when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, David Deimling staying in for the Cougars, but a little bit of a defensive shift as Brandon Mahler comes in behind the dish for the Cougars. And Deimling delivers strike number 1. Fryer leading this inning off for the Scarlet Hawks at the top of the lineup, and we are all knotted up at 10 apiece. Straight heater from Deimling, catches that low corner for strike number 2. A low fastball from the senior right-handed pitcher, and he's ahead 0-2. That one missing just outside. Mahler swiping at it, having that pop out of his glove. One, 2 count now for Fryer. This one in the dirt. Ball 2.
Yeah, this top of the order has seen a lot of different looks from a lot of different pitchers. Let's see how Deimling handles at this top of the order in the top of the 7th.
As that one misses for ball 3. So Deimling, he worked his way ahead, and now Fryer staying aggressive at the plate, worked his way right back into this count. Full count, no outs. As that one lifted, and it's going to get down in front of Holloway. He's able to collect it, but that is going to be a base hit for Fryer.
Yeah, Fryer, that ball just hung, and Fryer got a little under it, but it found a spot. Not a great jump there from Holloway. Leadoff man on. It really feels like if the leadoff man gets on, that it's going to be a big inning, and if you get the leadoff man out, it's going to be a 0. That's kind of how this game's felt. That all-important first out.
As the runner takes off, that's going to be fouled off. It's going to hit off of Rappel. Some movement in the Cougar bullpen, but we've talked a lot about this being a hitter's game. It's been a hitter's day, actually, in both games. And really, what it comes down to is what pitchers can come in on either side and provide some shutdown innings. You look up at the scoreboard and you look, and there's very limited 0-run innings. And the last one that the Cougars were able to hold on to was the top of the 5th, and that was at the hands of Anthony Polano. Deimling, he did his work in the top of the 6th, only gave up 1 run, but really just hunting for another scoreless inning, giving the Cougar offense a chance to battle back. So the 0-1, and Deimling's going to check over on Fryer yet again.
And you really feel like since the 5th inning, not a lot has happened, but IIT still with 1 run in the 6th, and CUC with two in the 6th. But I mean, compared to the first 4 innings,
as that's going to be fouled out, but it's going to go into the stands, narrowly missing the Concordia Athletic Department graduate assistant, Brooke Sheriff. Glad to see she got out of the way in time. So a forced foul ball there sits with the 0-2 count in favor of Deimling. Deimling checking over on Fryer yet again. The 0-2 count. He delivers. That's going to curve in. It's a chopper over to third. Jerkadis able to collect it and get the throw over. So they're going to get the lead run. They're going to get the hitter, but the lead runner making his way over to second. But that does put out number 1 on the board.
yeah, weak ground ball there, forced by Deimling. Good play there. You just want to get the out there. Nothing too fancy with the double play or anything. The all-important first out. See how Daimling handles Fosiak. 2 for 3 today, gotten on base 3 times.
Daimling's first pitch to Fosiak fouled off along the first base line.
I mean, Reipel, Fosiak, and Bentz and Gutsfeld, just it's been all of them today. They've been having awesome days. I mean, Bentz has really just been unpitchable, unless your name is Kyle Conley, like I talked about earlier. But
as that one slides in there for strike number 2. Really, really good high-low movement from Daimling. As Daimling steps off, checking back on Fryer at second. Daimling surpassing 35 pitches so far here today. Sits ahead in this count. He delivers the 0-2. Missing low and away for ball 1.
yeah, you don't hate that pitch there if you're Daimling. That had some nice movement on it, but really good take from Fosiak there. He offered at it, but impressive take.
We've seen the Cougar pitchers really favor those low and away, but umpire's not a fan as that one misses yet again.
No.
Oh, that got him?
That was a strike.
Oh, a very unenthusiastic strike from our friend down behind home plate. Kind of crouched below, so I couldn't quite see, but
I thought that was out as well, but home plate umpire rung him up.
Number 35, Philip Bentz.
so 2 outs on the board. A strikeout there for Daimling, and that's going to put Philip Bentz now at the plate. As that one sinks in there for strike 1, Daimling, he has found his groove here.
Yeah, let's see if Daimling can actually get Bentz out. Bentz has just been unbelievable today in both games. He came into it today with a .396 batting average. I don't even want to imagine where it's at now.
Pitch clock winding down. Daimling delivers this one. A fastball down the middle, fouled off. The 0-2 count here. Fryer still planted over on second. The 0-2. Well outside in the dirt. That's going to give Fryer plenty of time to make his way to third. Just lost a little control there from Daimling, but still ahead in the count. 1-2. Looking to hold this where it is.
Yeah, well, if you're Daimling here and you strike him out, that doesn't end up meaning anything. Especially with 2 outs.
Daimling delivers.
Yeah.
Fastball down the middle, strike 3! Dave Daimling getting it done and sending this back to the Cougar offense, looking to continue where they have been successful. And that's going to bring
Here in the Thunderdome, Cougars and
some new hitters out for the Cougars, but it looks like we're going to continue to see Schnurr on the mound for the Scarlet Hawks, but we head to the bottom of the 7th when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Austin Koberstein coming in to bat for the Cougars. He's going to swing at the first pitch he sees. Sends it right back to the pitcher. A little bit of a struggle to collect it there for Schnurr, but he's able to collect it and get the out, and that's going to put Jack Linko now at the plate with one away.
Yeah, for Austin Schnurr there, I mean, nice play there. We've seen it today. We've seen a couple errant throws on plays like that, especially if you're a pitcher. I mean, that's harder than it looks for the pitcher to make that throw to first, especially depending on your arm angle. But nice recovery there for the first out.
First pitch to Linko, low and in for ball one. Linko taking a big hack through that one for strike one. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the seventh, and it has been nobody's game. Both of these teams have seemingly had control at one point or another before coming back and making this the exciting ball game that we have now. A high-scoring game. We've talked about it all day. It's a hitter's day here at the Thunderdome, as Linko fouls that one off to keep himself alive. Game one of today's doubleheader ended with a 13-12 Cougar victory, and here we sit knotted up at 10 apiece.
Yeah, Linko having himself a really nice game, 3 for 3, 2 singles and a two-bagger.
As he's going to put that one into grass in left field.
And it's just these simple swings from Linko today. He had that big home run in the first game and 4 for 4 today. It's not too bad.
So one out on the board, one runner on, and Connor Jerkadis at the plate. Jerkadis, again, he's been a little bit quiet here today. He picked up a single in his first plate appearance of the game, but has struggled since. Jerkadis with the 1-0 count here. Schnurr getting set. He delivers. And Jerkadis is going to send that deep, but it's going to be roped in by Manami. A great effort there from Jerkadis. Linko not tagging up on it and hands things over to Richie Sperando.
Yeah, that just didn't find any open grass that I thought it could have off the bat. But not a bad swing there from Jerkadis, but bringing up Sperando.
A good piece of contact from Jerkadis. Just like you said, not much movement on it, so easily roped in as the first pitch to Sperando sinks in there for strike one. Schnurr, 61 pitches here today. Delivers that one upstairs and away for ball one. 1-1 counts here. Schnurr takes a breath, delivers the pitch. Connected on, sent over to right field. Sperando rounding, and that's going to do it for the inning. So a quick outing, and the Cougars not able to do anything with it. So that is going to send us to the top of the eighth, and we're going to see a new arm coming in for the Cougars, so we'll have that information for you when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. New arm on the bump for the Cougars. Number 25, Josh Procyse, coming in replacement of David Deimling, and he delivers strike number 1 to Tyler Gutsfeld.
Yeah, and Procyse having himself a solid season, 10 1/3 innings pitched this year, 4.35 ERA, and he's only allowing opponents to bat 200 against him, so not too shabby of a year so far. Let's see if he can hold this game tied at 10-10. And dare I say, since the bottom of the 4th, it's been a pitcher's duel for the most part, especially for considering like how high scoring these games have been. You have that two-run homer from Jake Mahler and the 1 run from IIT since, and knotted up at 10-10 for what seems like an eternity, even though it's been just about an inning. But let's see if Procyse can keep that trend of low scoring.
The 1-2 connected on. That's going to be put into play. Mahler not able to glove it cleanly, and that's going to get out into right field. So Procyse getting things playable and puts 1 runner on. But let's take a quick look at that final stat line for Deimling. 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, and 42 total pitches thrown.
First baseman number 15, Logan.
Yeah, and that's another one from Jake Mahler. Just weak contact and just simple play, and just can't make the play, and those will hurt you. I mean, it's the contact you want if you're Procyse, but now you got to battle. You got to pick your guy up again. Maybe force another weak ground ball and get a double play. I haven't been any double plays today. IT is really fast on the bases. Hard to turn to against this team.
As this one up and in for ball 2. Still sitting with the 2-0. Procyse checking over on Gutsfeld. This one missing upstairs. A 3-0 count now.
Yeah, that was close. Home plate umpires called that a strike a few times this game, but just missing to make it 3-0. Oh.
And that's going to be a walk there for Inman. No outs and 2 runners on quickly.
Right fielder number 25, Matt Riley.
Riley now at the plate for the Scarlet Hawks. 2 runners on and no outs. A favorable spot to be in. As he fouls off the first pitch he sees. Procyse's last outing came on a Sunday against Marion. Faced 3 batters in that outing. Looking to close this one out here as that one clips that corner of the zone for strike 2.
Yeah, and if you're Procyse here, you really want to get out of this inning before you get to Reipel and Fostiak, Benson, and Gusfeld, because those are your hottest hitters. And the bottom of IIT's lineup, I mean, Matthew Riley 1 for 4.
As they're going to have space to get there, and they do. That ball in the dirt looked like both Inman and Gutsfeld thought that it was going to get past Mahler, but Mahler coming in behind home plate, able to scoop it and get the throw over in plenty of time.
Yeah, that's just not heads-up baseball there from Inman. A little bit too aggressive there, and that's a much-needed out. And like I was saying, like, you want to get through the bottom of the order. You do not want to face that 2 through 5 combo today.
That one missing outside. Mahler cannot believe it either.
That didn't miss by much.
I think Mahler might be looking for ABS at the college level here, trying to get a review on that one. But
I never thought there'd be a pitch clock in Division II baseball, so I wouldn't be surprised.
But it does not matter. Procyse gets him swinging on the next pitch, puts out number 2 on the board.
Yeah, that's a nasty pitch, and And just like that, there's 2 outs. It's happened a few times. That caught stealing at third. On the stat sheet, that may look a little weird. The bunt attempt that did not bunt. We'll say that. And a few times they gotten kind of bailed out by just poor base running from IIT. And now you got 2 outs. Now you just got to worry about Miyasato, who's 2 for 4 today, but having a decent day. But
as he connects with the first pitch he sees, that's going to bounce in front of Buckley. Buckley looking to make the relay home, and it's going to be broken up by Linko. So Gutsfeld scoring the go-ahead run on an RBI single from Miyasato, excuse me. A good throw from Buckley.
yeah, I don't know if any throw really could have stopped him from scoring there. I mean, really solid piece of hitting there.
So Minami now at the plate for the Scarlet Hawks with 2 away, 1 runner on. Miyasato looks like he's ready to jump, but Minami takes strike 1. This one sinking in there for strike 2. Really good movement from Procise. And he's ahead in the count. 0-2, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Scarlet Hawks have taken the lead here.
Yeah.
As they're going to check, and they're going to say he did swing at that, so that is going to retire the inning. Great pitching from Josh Procise to get the Cougars out of it. And send things back to the Cougar offense, who is now trailing by 1. The top of the order due up for the Cougars here in the bottom of the 8th. And I want to take this second to talk about today's sponsor of our game, Grand Appliance. Grand Appliance is a 4th-generation family-owned appliance retailer established in 1930 who serves a growing list of communities in Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Their mission is to create customers for a lifetime by offering an industry-leading shopping experience with competitive everyday pricing, state-of-the-art showrooms, top-quality brands, expert sales representatives, and professional delivery and installation services. Head to www.grandappliances.com to find the nearest retailer to you. And as we head to the bottom of the 8th, Schnurr still dishing on the mound for the Scarlet Hawks. He's thrown 63 pitches so far here today and just been pretty effective coming in relief and getting things done. Cullen Fulling starting the game off going 2 2/3 innings before handing it off. And since then, Schnurr, he's found himself in a little bit of some dips, but he's able to work his way back out.
Yeah, Schnurr's really just been having a nice game today. I mean, 3 runs in 4 1/3. Not too bad against this hot Cougar lineup. And other than that Jake Mahler home run, he's really been pitching phenomenally. Phenomenally. Okay, all right.
Phenomenally. We got you, Sam. We got you.
There you go.
As Buckley shows bunt, he lays a really, really good bunt. And the throw in time.
Yeah.
Bentz does a nice job of getting there and sending a absolute missile of a throw down. And that's going to put Holloway at the plate with 1 away.
Yeah, second time Buckley's done that today. Good play there from the catcher. Rifled it over there. Trying to get a spark for this offense. But here comes Holloway having a good day.
Brendan Holloway now batting with 1 away. The Cougars, they trail by 1. And we've talked a lot about this top half of the order just being pretty lethal for the Cougars. It's been a long day, Sam. Words are difficult here. But Holloway, he's 2 for 4 here in game number 2. And he lets that one go by for strike 1.
I mean, you just feel like if Holloway gets on, one of the Maulers is due for a home run. That's what it feels like at this point.
Can we say that they're due for home runs when they have been absolutely rocketing them out of the park? But since it's felt like such a long game, it feels like they are at this point.
Yeah, it feels like at least one of them will do it every time you go through the order.
You know, it sounds like a crazy thing to say, but it realistically could be happening here as Holloway's going to send that one into center field. A base knock. I think that's his second or third on the day that he's put out there.
Third hit today. 3 singles. I mean, not a lot of pop in Holloway's bat, but, I mean, if you're getting a single, if you're getting 3 singles a game, you don't need a lot of pop. And just right in the perfect spot. And that's all you need to do if you're Holloway. You need to just let the Maulers do their thing, get on base.
And that's going to bring a pitching change for the Scarlet Hawks. So we were talking about Schnurr doing a nice job, and with giving up that knock, that might have been the leash there. You know, giving up a hit, it might have been that time. So we're gonna see that new arm coming in, and that new arm coming in is number 20. Carson Weiss. So coming in replacement, taking a look at that final stat line for Schnurr. Again, a pretty strong outing here. He gave up those home runs, but 4 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts, 20 batters faced, 68 total pitches. So he's come in and he did his job here, and coming in relief of Fulling. And Fulling, he was struggling. 2 2/3 innings pitched and gave up 7 runs and 2 home runs. And so Schnurr coming in, yes, he gave up 2 home runs, but held the Cougars to 3 runs in that time frame. So handing things off now with the game-tying run over on first.
Yeah, Carson Weiss, new pitcher coming in out of San Diego, California, with a 9.11 ERA. Opponent's batting .371, but he does have more strikeouts than walks. 21 strikeouts, 215 walks on the season. But this is a tough spot for a guy like Weiss, not really having the greatest year, not the year he wants, and going up against the Mauler brothers. He has a good shot he has an opportunity to make something happen here and really make up for the high ERAs he's had this year.
Yeah, so a tough start here for Carson Weiss. He's going up against Jake Mauler, who's coming off of a 2-run homer, his second home run of this game, his 3rd home run of the day. So really not the guy that you want to throw your first pitches here to. But nonetheless, you can't really take your choices there, as Mauler steps in, looking to start things off here. First pitch to Mauler delivered upstairs for ball 1. Holloway over on first. He's the game-tying run. Mauler at home. He's the go-ahead run. Crazy to think we're only in the 8th inning, so still plenty of ball game left to play. Mauler is going to step back. That ball is going to go all the way into the outfield. And so Holloway in safely at third. And the game-tying run now 90 feet from scoring.
Yeah, now you really feel like Mauler probably go into the outfield, tie this game up.
Yeah, with 1 out on the board, pretty much anything that makes its way out of the infield, whether that be in the air or on the ground, can tie this ball game up. As that one's going to pop out of the glove of Bentz, but he's going to stick with it and hold Holloway over at third. And they're gonna intentionally walk Jake Mauler and hand things over to Brandon Mauler. Brandon Mauler, also a guy that has been hitting hot today.
The catcher, number 9, Brandon Mahler.
Brandon Mauler, he's 1 for 3 here today, but that one hit, you guessed it, home run.
And you feel like Mauler can at least get one to the outfield with 1 out. You don't want to load the bases up with 1 out for Zagerman on deck here either. So you got to throw him something here.
First pitch delivered upstairs for ball 1. Runners on the corner bags, 1 out. Game tying run in Brendan Holloway over at third. Second pitch to Brandon Mahler, low and away for ball 2.
Yeah, they're being really cautious with him. You can imagine as soon as there's something over the plate, Mahler's going to be hacking.
And in this situation, something simple will do the job.
Absolutely. You don't need the moonshot. You just want to tie it up. You haven't scored in a while. Well, scored a lot over the last four innings or so, but other than that Jake Mahler home run, offense has not really been that productive. So you really just want to tie it up at least going into the 9th.
It's crazy to think with a game as high scoring as we have here today to say that something hasn't been productive.
No,
you have a really productive front half of the game, and then you catch in, and this the last few innings really haven't been as productive as the first half, but still overall rather productive. But Brandon Mahler, he lets that one sink by for the 2-2 count. Runners on the corner bags. Weiss delivers. In the dirt, ball 3. Full count here for Brandon Mahler. Weiss trying to do something here for the Scarlet Hawks. He delivers that one, and it's fouled off by Mahler. Good effort to keep himself alive here. Brandon Mahler, the 3-2 count. After game 1, he's batting .472 on the season. Still leading this CUC squad, and he's going to put a slow roller right back to the pitcher. So it's going to be the out, but it is going to score the game-tying run. So that's going to knot this ball game back up again and put Zagerman at the plate. And Jake Mahler over at second.
Yeah, well, productive out and arguably more productive than a sac fly because you got Mahler over there at second in scoring position, and Zagerman score. If Zagerman drives him in, all of a sudden you're up going into the top of the 9th with a chance to win it in the top of the 9th.
And we're going to see another pitching change here. Head coach for the Scarlet Hawks, Ed Ziefert, he is not looking to mess around too much here in the bottom of the 8th with this ball game all tied up. He's going to bring in another new arm, and that arm is going to be number 29, Joshua Lamberson. So Joshua Lamberson coming in just a few batters after Weiss comes in.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Scarlet Hawks, number 29.
Yeah, and Lamberson's having himself a pretty solid season. 25 1/3 innings pitched on this team, 3.2 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponents hitting .278 against him. He has given up 4 home runs this year, but one of the better pitchers in this on the staff.
So Jake Mahler is going to be planted over at second. There's 2 outs on the board, but Zagerman, if he can put a ball in play, gives Mahler a chance to take this lead here. It has been a rally of a day. If you guys are just now joining us here in the bottom of the 8th, it has been a back-and-forth matchup here in game number 2, and the exact same thing from game number 1. And that is just what NAC play is bringing to the Thunderdome this season. The Cougars, they have had a busy schedule, especially with some rainouts that have thrown their schedule for a loop. But taking a look ahead, the Cougars, they play today, but then they don't play again until Saturday. They are scheduled for a doubleheader against Edgewood College, another NAC matchup. That is also going to be senior day for the Cougars. 13 seniors on this CUC squad will be recognized. That ceremony is going to start at 11 o'clock, and coverage for that Senior Day ceremony can be found on the Cougar Sports Network. Right here where you're at watching this ball game, you can catch the Senior Day ceremony as well as that doubleheader against Edgewood. But right now, a big game happening as the Cougars, they look to take the lead here. And Lamberson looking to end this inning as that first pitch drops in for strike one. Taking a look ahead at the schedule for the Scarlet Hawks as well. Scarlet Hawks, they play today and then again don't play until Saturday. They're hosting Lakeland University for a doubleheader. That's slated to start at 12 and 3 p.m. Coverage for that can be found at IllinoisTechAthletics.com. They've got a nice string of home games coming up after playing back-to-back doubleheaders on the road. Zagerman's going to take a slow roller right back into play, and Lamberson is going to do it. He's going to get out of the inning, taking it all the way to first himself, and that's going to send this to the top of the ninth, all tied up, and looks like Procyse is coming back out onto the mound for the Cougars, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the ninth, and we have ourselves a ball game tied at 11 and the top of the order for the Scarlet Hawks as Procyse is still dishing for the Cougars, and he slides that one right in there for strike one. Procyse, he's had really good movement on his pitches all day today, and it's made it difficult for this Scarlet Hawks squad. As that one's going to be put into play. It's a chopper over. Sperando able to glove it. He bobbles it a little bit, but gets the throw over nonetheless for out number one.
Yeah, weak contact there. Good play from Sperando. And what we've seen the last couple games, routine is not always routine, but that's a very good play. And on the run, good throw. First out of the game. And you wish that the Cougars could have got one more run in that last inning, and this could be for the game. But if you hold them here, you're in a good position to get that walk-off in the next inning.
And, you know, something that you've talked a lot about today, Sam, is that first out. And so for the Cougars to be able to collect that first out right away is a big-time play.
It's just when you get the first out, the stress level goes so down. As a pitcher, as a defense, you don't have to worry about a guy on first. You already got one out, and especially in a high-leverage situation like that, you can't get higher leverage than this.
As that one sinks in there for strike 2. Procise, he's just so good sliding that ball in. A little bit of an off-speed pitch that's just dropping right into the zone. Makes it really hard for the hitters to read.
Yeah, really wonderful pitch there, 0-2. Now you can do whatever you want here. Yep.
And he's going to send a heater down the middle for strike 3. Fire me up, Josh Procise, out number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if Ripo was expecting that. He looked kind of off balance there and right down the middle. Just awesome pitch there.
An 0-2 fastball down the middle can be a sneaky, dangerous pitch
absolutely.
to throw as a pitcher, but working in his favor is going to put Ryan Fostiak at the plate and 2 outs on the board. This one's going to be put into play. A chopper over. Sperando gloves it. The throw in time! 3 up, 3 down for Procise, and the Cougars head to the bottom of the 9th with a chance to walk it off. Josh Procise just absolutely electric on the mound and doing what needed to be done. We're gonna see the familiar arm coming back out for the Scarlet Hawks. Lamberson, he's continuing to pitch here, but we are going to see a new hitter for the Cougars coming in. Looks like Connor Peckham making his first appearance today, coming in to hit in replacement of Austin Koberstein, who hit in the last inning. Peckham, very limited at-bats, only 2 at-bats on the season. 1 hit in his 2 at-bats, 2 RBIs in that, though. So just looking to get a new hitter in the rotation here. You go Peckham, Linko, Jerkadis, Sperando, and then back to the top of the order. So a really, really great place to be in. The thing is, you know, the entire lineup for the Cougars today has been effective. You've seen the front half come out. Cam Buckley, a grand slam. Brendan Holloway, he's been hit after hit. Both Maulers, home runs today. But then you get to the bottom half of the order as well. Linko, he's put on some hits where it's needed. Jerkadis, he's put on some hits where it's needed. And that's going to bring Connor Peckham now to the plate.
Yeah, and even Xavier Zagerman, I know he's over 5 today, but he had that strike out in right field that could possibly save the game for the Cougars today. And Linko has been incredible this year. 4 for 4 today. Like he has had an excellent doubleheader today. And you just want to see him get another at bat here.
First pitch to Peckham. He's going to rope that into left field. It's going to get down in grass. Connor Peckham, 1 pitch, and he hesitates. He thought about taking for 2, but he's going to hold at first. A big single for Peckham.
Yeah, he got a little excited there, but I think it was the right move to stay at first. And now you got your arguably your hottest hitter in the lineup right now, and that's saying a lot considering you have Jake Mahler and Brandon Mahler in this lineup. But Linko has been swinging a hot bat. This is who you want up at the situation. 4 for 4 today.
And now you're going to have Quentin Guardia coming in to pinch run over on first. Jack Linko at the plate, and you quickly sub Peckham out, just looking for some speed on the base paths. Quentin Guardia, freshman on this CUC team. We talked about him a little bit earlier today. He initially this season was seeing some time out in left field, and now we're seeing him come in just needing somebody to be quick. Guardia over on first. He represents the game-winning run. As that one's going to be fouled off straight back.
I didn't flinch. What are you talking about?
1-1 count here. Trust us, Cougar fans. You know, we are safe behind the netting and the glass of the press box, but sometimes still gets you.
Yeah, that was going right to my face.
So the 1-1 count here for Linko. Lamberson trying to get it done here. Pitch clock winding down. He delivers an off-speed pitch that's going to be fouled off. Linko reaching for it a little bit.
Yeah, Linko a little out in front of that. A little excited there. Nice change up there from Lamberson. Now you gotta go 2-strike approach here. Just make contact, protect, keep the line moving.
As Lamberson's going to check over on Guardia. I think the pitch clock was just winding down, needed to release somewhere.
And you at least want to get Guardia to second base. He's a speedy threat. You want to get him in scoring position.
Guardia, no stolen bases on the year so far. So you can't imagine he's going to be quick to try to take second, but you can imagine that he's going to stay aggressive on any opportunity that he sees. You don't want to erase that base runner because, again, that is your go-ahead game-winning run, but you want him to stay aggressive. Lamberson delivers this one. That's going to be hit deep. That is back. It's in right field, but Guardia, he's not going to tag up on it. Riley collects it for the out, and so that's going to keep Guardia where he's at and hand things over to Connor Jerkaitis. That's an unfortunate jump there for the freshman base runner.
Yeah, but even if he knew, I don't know if he's able to tag up on that. I know he's speedy, but from first to second there, it's a risky move there. I think it's fine to stay at first there, and Jack Linko shows that he's human today. Line out, and that's a big out for Lamberson.
Lamberson checking over on Guardia. So 1 out on the board.
Yeah, Jerkaitis now with his best day, only 1 for 4.
That one in the dirt. Really good effort there from Benz to keep that ball in front of him.
Great stop there. If that goes anywhere near pass, you're a single away from losing this game. That's huge.
Yeah, again, you can't imagine Guardia is going to be looking to necessarily steal, but had that ball gotten past, he's getting himself in scoring position.
Absolutely. And
that
another one.
That one in the dirt, but again, really good read from Benz.
Yeah.
Just keeping it in front of him. You have to. And he's doing it effectively.
Yeah, 2 good stops there from Benz, but now you're still down 2-0. Those are still balls. Jerkaitis in a great spot here.
This one fouled off out of play. Now the 2-1 count for Jerkaitis. Lamberson here. He delivers that one low and away for ball 3.
Yeah, Lamberson is not able to find the zone. Bentz with a couple of nice stops back there. 3-1 count. A walk here advances the winning runner to second base. Anything in the outfield gets him home.
That one catches in there for strike 2. A good lead from Jerkaitis. It fills this count up. It was pretty well in the zone, but just making Lamberson pitch to him. Three-two count, 1 runner on. Lamberson delivers in the dirt, ball 4. Guardia moves to second. Sperando now coming to the plate.
Sperando with a chance to be the hero here. Made some really nice plays at shortstop in the top of the 9th. Anything in the outfield wins you the game here.
And we are going to see a mound visit. No more movement in the bullpen for the Scarlet Hawks, so you imagine they're kind of just going to have to rock with what they've got here.
Yeah, this is Lamberson's game here.
So just a mound visit here, discuss things, kind of resettle some things a little bit. Hopefully calm Lamberson down. 1 out on the board, and Richie Sperando here at the plate. Sperando here in game number 2, 0 for 3, but we've seen him come to life when necessary as well. He was 2 for 5 in game 1, and just looking to do a job. We've heard the Cougar coaching staff talk about it all year in their Coaches Weekly episodes. Coach Nelson has been saying it on the base paths all day. Just do a job. And at this point, with 1 out on the board, anything that's put into play that can move a base runner around, put Guardia 90 feet from scoring, that's doing a job here. As Sperando ropes that one deep into left field. It's all the way down. Guardia's rounding home, and he's going home with ease. The walk-off win! Richie Sperando is going to see the field be flooded. Walk-off win! Walk-off win! Walk-off win! of Richie Sperando.
Just a couple of just absolute classics here at the Thunderdome. You cannot ask for better baseball than this. This has been awesome, these two games, these two teams, these two offenses. Terrific stuff today from both teams.
What an absolute way to pick up your first hit of the game. A walk-off single that was just absolutely roped into left field. Sperando knew it from the second that it got past that left fielder, Josh Manami. He tossed that bat. He knew that Guardia was going to make his way home with ease and secure that victory. And the Cougars, they tack on 2 more NAC victories, and what a big-time sweep if you are CUC. The Cougars taking the victories over Illinois Tech, just tacking on. They're going to extend themselves out in a NAC play. Now sitting in a really good spot in the NAC standings. 10-5 after today. Just a phenomenal showing. Taking a look at that final stat line, I mean, the Scarlet Hawks, they were doing their job as well. Lamberson, he came in and he did a really nice job just giving up that last hit there. 2 hits Lamberson gave up, but just overall strong pitching from the Scarlet Hawks and strong hitting. I mean, this is a high-scoring doubleheader day. Game 1, the Cougars picking up the 13-12 victory, and game 2 they pick up the 12-11 victory. So just really, really high-scoring games, and highlighted by the Mahler home runs, the Buckley grand slam, and the Richie Sperando walk-off win. We're going to have a post-game interview coming up with Richie Sperando in just a few, but before we get there, I want to give a huge shout-out to everybody that made today's production possible for us. In Stadium, PA, the Hall of Famer Jim Egan, our scoreboard and pitch clock operator Jacob Garrison, our production crew today, Jonathan Shear, Lindley Southern, she was producing Game 1 alongside our graduate assistant for athletic communications, Sydney Lloyd, operating our camera today, Ayone Mera, and joining me on the call today, Sam Smith. Sam, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Of course.
I'm Kayla McLeod, and what a day for Cougar baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a post-game interview coming up in just a minute. What's going on, Cougar Nation? I'm Kayla McLeod, and I'm joined here by Richie Sperando. Richie, responsible for that walk-off Game 2 win. But before we can touch base on that, we have to rewind. It has been a long day of baseball. It has been a high-scoring day, and it has just been an overall outing for you guys. And Illinois Tech, they put on a lot of good things. They put on a show as well. But rewinding all the way back to Game 1, it was a high-scoring game. It was a back-and-forth matchup. They would take the lead. You guys would take the lead. You guys as hitters, how do you stay in that when you're giving up hits or you're not able to cleanly field the ball and then get back into it to be able to overcome and take that Game 1 win?
So from an offensive standpoint, one of our big mottos that we carry, and we push the squad to do some insane things and get the entire team going. So, oh man, this is gonna be a tough one. I'm out of breath. Sorry, guys. But no, yeah, from an offensive standpoint, we use the offense to get our entire squad rolling. You know, that game was back and forth, but we didn't quit, never gave up, trusted our pitchers, trusted our defense, eventually trusted our offense, and got a big one right there.
Absolutely. So you guys take the Game 1 win by 1 run. It was a high-scoring game, and then you come into Game 2, and the Scarlet Hawks, they tack things on right away. They pick up an early 6-0 lead over you guys. Offense was just struggling a little bit. Pitching was struggling a little bit, but eventually you guys were able to start bouncing back. You found some really hot hitters. You had some home runs coming from Jake and Brandon Mahler. You had a grand slam from Cam Buckley. So talk to me a little bit about the mindset when you go from trailing 6-0 to start the game to be able to come back and just keep going.
Man, it's always tough being down 6-0, especially right off the jump. That's all credit to just the guys in the dugout, man. Like, those guys stay in it. We stay in it in the field. The bullpen stays in it. And we just never quit. Never quit. I've said that a couple times now, but there's no quit in this team. We've seen it multiple times. No matter what scores in the first inning, the second inning, we're going to come back. We're going to swing the bats.
Yeah. Absolutely, and let's take a second to talk about your pitching staff. So in Game 2, you guys saw a lot of pitchers. Dylan Scott coming in, he struggled a little bit, but then the rest of the pitching staff, they came in and they got things done. They carried a little bit, and really coming down, Josh Procise, he came in, he threw 2 incredible innings, and especially when you look at his second inning pitched, just absolutely shoving and getting it done. What's it like as a hitter and playing in the field to know you've got someone on the mound that can get it done?
Yeah, I mean, Procise, those last 2 innings were pretty big. I mean, the whole day, you saw we struggled getting zeros. So for him to just come in and step up, that's something we talked about all day, looking for a guy to come and step up. Josh Procise was the guy today. He really outdid himself.
Absolutely. So now let's get to it, the fun part. The bottom of the 9th. You guys are coming in. Connor Peckham, he comes in. He's pinch hitting. His first at-bat of the day. His only third at-bat this season, third at-bat of his collegiate career. He comes in, first pitch, he ropes one into left field, puts that game-winning run on. What's it like to trust in a guy like that?
Man, you could ask anybody on this team. Peckham works the hardest out of all of us. He's working in the bullpen. He's covering Brandon, Dom behind the dish. He's always in the gym working hard. Man, he was ready. We knew he was ready. On the dugout, if you saw, everybody had their hats off, waiting for him because they knew he was going to come up big, and he did. Kid deserved it. So.
Absolutely. So then you get Quentin Guardia on the base paths, and then you come in. You've got 2 runners on, but you only needed 1, and you send an absolute missile. And you threw that bat as soon as you hit it. You kind of knew exactly what was happening there. So being able to, first of all, for you in your senior season, your time here at the Thunderdome sadly is coming to an end eventually, but you're able to pick up just a walk-off win. You struggled a little bit here in Game 2. That was your first hit here in Game 2. You were 2 for 5 in Game 1. So you've been able to find it at times, and then picking up your first hit of Game 2 as a walk-off win. Talk to me, man. What was that like?
I mean, going up there, yeah, like, it's been a rough Game 2, but it is what it is. You get up in the box. It's a big moment, bottom of the 9th inning. Just looking heater. He came heater inside and licked the lips a little bit. And took a good swing at it, and it was awesome. But I can't thank my teammates enough, man. I mean, I'm going to miss them so much, but it's awesome. All these guys, I love them. They're like a family, brotherhood.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, that family and that brotherhood, we're going to see that really come full circle on Saturday as you guys are going to be hosting Edgewood University for Senior Day. But CUC, they pick up the big-time sweep over Illinois Tech. They're propelling in the NAC standings here. And Richie, the hero here today with that walk-off win. But CUC, like I said, hosting Edgewood at noon on Saturday, but Senior Day is set to start at 11. You can catch Richie with his Senior Day celebration alongside 12 other CUC seniors right here on the Cougar Sports Network. But congratulations again. Go enjoy with your team. And as always, roll Cougs.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.